and welcome to a brand new episode of The Qualified. I'm Jedi Johnson, 22, joined as always and remotely by the great Dom Tober, the always steady Styx boy, 73, bad to the bone, Brucifer, and the architect, joesduelin. What's going on, fellas?
Friday.
What's going on, Jedi?
What's going on?
Friday.
Ooh, it's been a long week.
It has been.
Hasn't it been?
Oh,
Yeah.
my kids had off on Tuesday because the election's here, so they have them off school. So it always throws off my week. Middle of the day, middle of the week, kids off. It's always weird.
I'm
I
in the
think
lovely state.
I have my physical coming up with the VA. I have given blood 3 times in the past week and a half. It's like dating Vampira without the good stuff. I'm just drained.
All those are you selling your blood? You got
I
to
don't
pay
know
for all
what
the
they're doing
Zerdy.
with it.
Got to pay for all the Zerdy covers.
They're making Jedi clones out there somewhere. Just,
There you go.
Next, you'll be selling your sperm to the bank.
I hate giving blood.
my sperm is
Anytime
expired.
they're all just sleeping. Just laying there.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh
Dom.
man.
Hey,
Comes
Dom,
out
are
like
you in
dust.
witness protection?
what?
Are you in witness protection?
Right, yeah, definitely. Yep. Yeah, so good old Washington, D.C., man, and awesome con. Today was a tiring day, the first day.
What'd you buy
Yeah,
me?
you got bad news already.
Yeah, I got bad news already. So my wife was telling me to buy Rosario Dawson's autograph ahead of time, and it fucking sold out.
Oh,
Don't you
so
hate
it wasn't
don't you hate it when your wife is right? God, I hate that. It happens way too often in my house.
Yeah. So I actually went back to the because it sold out online. Once it sold out online, she's only here one day, tomorrow. I didn't know. I didn't do it. So hopefully they open up something tomorrow. I got to be there early. She's supposed to be signing autographs by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning when they open. So we'll see what happens. I'll try to hopefully get something. I can always throw I'm a YouTuber card.
You're a security guy. You talk to the security guys. You're like, where do they let the people out at? And then on our way out, just
Well, listen. Well, I'm staying in the hotel I'm staying in. I was hoping she stayed here, but
We want to harass at the hotel? What the?
hey,
Look,
that's the best time. That's the best place to get the autographs from celebrities. I used to do it when I went to King of Pressure up in Philly. The hotel that was next to the Great American Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody stayed in that hotel. A few of the actors and actresses were at the bar when I was getting a drink at the bar, and I was talking to all of them. They're pretty cool.
there's too many nice hotels in DC.
Dom Tober, harasser for hire.
She's too big of a name.
Yeah, well, I actually think she has a property here in DC because I think she used to date somebody in DC, and I think she bought
Like a congressman, or I think it was a
Congressman.
Senator.
Cory
Senator Cory
Yeah.
Booker.
Yeah, Senator.
Yeah,
Senator
so
from Jersey.
but it kind of sucks that she's
Are
only
they
here
still
one day, and I can't believe that her autograph sold out. I have never heard of that before, and of all the autographs I've been getting and the shows I've been to, hey,
Well, God willing, you'll get another chance. Hey, I want to shift gears a little bit because it's something I've been kind of wanting to talk about all week. So over the weekend, I went and saw Dune 2, loved it, but that's not what I want to talk about.
Thank God.
You
That's
talk about
not what
that
I wanna talk
popcorn?
about. No, they didn't have. They had a Dune cup and a Dune popcorn bucket, but it wasn't the
Wasn't the fleshlight popcorn
version. No. Since when? And I may piss some people off when I say this, so I'm sorry, but this is more just a question. Since when did we become a society where you take your pet to the movies with you?
I've seen
Never.
it.
When did
people
that
with the
happen?
service dogs.
No, this wasn't even a service dog that I could
No.
tell. This was just some lady and her husband taking their dog in the theater with them. It was a little I forget the name. It was a little small dog.
Little purse growler.
Well, it
No,
could
it
be
was bigger than that. It's one of those dogs that are kind of in vogue right now. But
Well, it could be an emotional support dog for. She could be autistic, or she can't deal with crowds.
I don't want to
Okay,
judge. I don't think
Well, then,
so. I
then
don't
you
think
probably
so to any
shouldn't
of
go to a
those.
movie theater.
But you know, the funny thing is, the dog was the dog was quiet. The dog was very quiet. Not a yelp, not a yap, not a bark, not a rar, not a nothing. The entire show. So good dog. Still don't think you ought to bring your dog to the theater, but
I don't
the
know. I
dog
mean,
was
if it was
well-behaved.
up to me, I'd rather the theater be filled with dogs than people. But that's
Well,
just
you know
Well,
what?
no,
It's like
somebody
people-
had their baby. Somebody brought their baby,
And that's
that
the thing.
baby was louder than any dog was. So,
And that's the
here's my
thing.
question.
Bring
Let me
kids.
pose this question. Let me pose this question to you about babies. Should there be should there be like baby-free showings in theaters, like where you're not allowed to bring a baby? Like they've talked about having like baby-free flights and stuff in the past, and never happened. But should there be like a baby-free movie, or is it okay to take your baby to a matinee? And if you go to the matinee, it's your own fault because there's going to be babies, but you shouldn't take your baby to a later showing. Somebody, is there any like?
I think it would be nice to have adults only showings of movies.
Yeah.
One showing
I think so too.
a day. I mean that would be
I think
nice.
so too.
I mean,
Bruce
truthfully, I
would
find
agree.
teenagers are louder
I
than
don't-
louder than anybody else.
I don't care really.
No.
They can show up.
Anyway.
I ignore them.
Anyway, I found the dog a little odd, but the dog was well behaved. So,
But you know what? We had-
Well, it matters.
in the movie. I did enjoy the movie too. So
At the convention, we've seen a couple of dogs with people in the convention itself. So that service dog thing that people have been riding on.
there's a difference between a service dog and a
Yeah,
support dog.
No,
Let's make
I
the
think it's a
distinction.
bunch of bullshit service dog because people are just
No,
morons.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think there's
I
some
disagree.
bullshit service. I think there's some bullshit support dogs out there.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't think
yeah,
there's
well.
any bullshit service dogs because that's different.
Well, the service, people making that assumption that it's a service dog because they need it for their set. Come on.
I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that, fake the system just so they can bring their dog in some places. But there are generally,
Take their
more
peacock
often than
on a
not,
flight
people who
to
actually do need their
Atlanta.
dog. I mean, that's,
All right. Anything else going on this week other than me just sitting on that topic all week long?
oh.
No, but I agree. I like a quiet experience, which is why I don't normally go to theaters.
That's why he doesn't leave the compound, folks.
Nope.
Yeah.
I could sit on my couch and comfortably watch a movie and not be interrupted, and I appreciate that.
All right. Are we gonna? What are we gonna say hello to the folks and then?
Yeah.
Or we gonna do something
Yeah,
else?
let's
All right.
say hi to everybody, and then we'll do the OLI.
GT Comic, as usual, always and forever. Number one, Tommy Longbox. You're right. It was a long ass week. Let's get this
was.
Friday funk going with a qualified crew. Let's roll. Let's do it. GT saying, yeah, I'm first and third. Ed LeBeau saying hello to all his favorite YouTubers. What's up, Ed? Happy to see you. Wait a minute.
Ed.
Is Ed not here just for the algorithm today? Is he actually here?
We'll see. We'll see how long you can
We'll
stick
see.
I think
around.
he might be bucking that algorithm. Huh?
Tyson E started drinking early today. Well, be careful. Be careful. You might fall asleep before the end of the show.
So what you drinking?
Yeah.
What are you drinking? Antonio Baker, hit the like button. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Thumbs up.
Yay.
What's up, Brucifer?
Hey, buddy.
Tyson, happy Friday. Cragden X, happy Friday. Ratrell saying, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
All
What's
right. We're going to have a Jedi. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No,
There's only one Jedi, and I like it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Good
don't
luck
need a
finding
Jedi.
another one like me. That's all I got to say.
No.
We don't
Uh,
need Jedi 2.0.
Well, we've never seen
We've
Thane and Kyle on the same stream. Just saying.
What's up, comic nerds?
There's a reason for
Reef.
that.
What's going on, Reef? Jedi's never prepared enough to donate. Well, that's man. Topic for another conversation. Yeah. Yeah,
That would be
my
the
best
after
days may
dark
be
stream.
behind me. Let's just put it that way. Unless we can get some chemistry involved, maybe a little,
Nice.
better living through chemistry might help me out in that department. Cragden X still here, running around the lobby with markers and pops. I don't know what's going on.
Hey,
Uh,
people do it.
Rosario will be in Indy for 2 weeks. Cosmic says so, but he also says no babies. Yeah, I agree. No babies. Period. Well, yeah, especially if it's. I mean, if it's a kid show, if it's a cartoon, if it's a
Yeah,
bring the
definitely.
babies. If I go see a cartoon movie, I'm asking for it, and I don't even mind. If I'm going to go see something like that I'm really into, keep your baby at home. Hire a sitter. Make nice with grandma, whatever it takes. Terry Floyd, or should there be an option for enhanced viewing equals sacrifice? Terry scares me when he says sacrifice the baby. I don't know.
All they would have to do is charge more. Have one showing a day that's an adult-only showing.
Yeah.
And charge more for it. If you want that experience, it would be there.
And hey, you get me, but if you give me an inch, I'm going to want to take a mile. I want a basket. You got to drop all your cell phones in before you want a theater too. But I know that's a bridge too far. I don't know.
What time was your movie showing, by the way?
It was actually a matinee. That's why I threw that little thing. It was I think 4:10 p.m. 4:15. Yeah, really closer to 4:45 before the movie actually started. But so I mean, yeah. So if the consensus was, well, if you go to a matinee, you got to expect babies, then I'll be like, okay, I'll bite that one. I'll swallow it. All right. Cosmic half price book allow regular dogs to come in now. I thought it was a Home Depot. Dogs are invading. And Mama Bear. What's up, Mama Bear? Hey, boys. Hey, Mama Bear. I'm happy to see you.
Now the party can start.
Now we can go. And Mama Bear brought it home, so let's get this party rolling.
All right. Today, we are going to do our outside looking in. We are going to look at some comics. We're going to look at some pulps and get some news. We're going to get a great not comic sale. As always, we're going to get some fun Styx trivia. And then we're going to have a little battle of the keys where we're pairing up some Marvel keys against DC keys and get some advice on what people think would be the better deal. And we'll end up today's show with a fun qualified match game. We won't let you know which person is the contestant, but it will be fun.
Around.
Yeah. So on that note, Bruce, let's do it.
Welcome to Outside Looking In, the books that were not good enough for the CBSI Top 10, but they're good enough for us.
Yep. Squeaking on the outside.
Yeah.
Just barely.
The bouncer barely let them in. First up, we got Weapon X-Men #1, the 1 in 100. Only 2 pre-sales this week, which was sold for $200 and 1 sale of $150 since release. And prior to that, we had $140 to $150 sales before the book was released, and there's about 8 listed now or so that are between $140 and $200. See how those go for the rest of the week and in the future. See if it can make the top 10 at some point.
Yeah, you had a first appearance in the book, so maybe that holds it a little bit longer than normal. But I don't know. I don't see this one holding up there that long.
No,
and
I don't like the face at all.
Face. What about the arms? So unproportioned.
No, that reminds me of you.
Nah, can't remind me of me, man.
Looks like somebody started drawing Lobo and then decided halfway through, let's make this Wolverine, I guess, or Weapon X. So, but isn't this pretty typical for pre-sales? Don't pre-sales usually sell for over ratio?
Yeah,
for pre-sales?
at or above. I mean, it depends how accessible the ratio is. If it's a 1 in 100, you're normally selling above or at before.
You know, when I saw this cover, I thought Frank Miller started this with the head, and then Liefeld finished the body.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
But those Wolverine fans, they're crazy. They buy anything Wolverine.
I love the A cover I like the A cover. The A cover was nice.
Yeah, I think the first appearance, her name is what? Jane Logan?
Howard, I believe.
Jane Howard.
Yeah. So it's yeah.
Man, there's no fat on Wolverine. That arm looks a little weird, but it's definitely
is this
arm.
the Weapon 11 or what? Is
Definitely arm day.
So yeah, I haven't read this one. But yeah, people love their Wolverine books.
So apparently, in this book, there is a Spider-Man, a Weapon X Spider-Man. Apparently,
jeez, is there anything they won't turn into a spider character?
I know. So it's like a brand new Spider-Man character. So that's another reason why this book is selling too.
Spider-Man characters sell all 2,000 of them.
Yep.
All right, let's stop looking at this guy's ugly mug.
Next up, we got X-Men 27 selling between 40 and 50. It's steady. And with Ultimate X-Men #2 coming next month, a true first appearance, not this, which is just a cover appearance
of Maystorm.
Yes, Maystorm.
Yes, just a reminder, in X-Men 27, she is just on the cover. There's nothing in the guts about her. Those New Champions covers were all just rando characters that they threw on covers that had nothing to do with the guts of the books that they were on. She just happens to be one of the characters that is making it into a book in the Ultimate X-Men. So,
well, it is a cameo appearance. I say cover appearances or cameo appearances because if they're not in the book, it's her first cameo appearance. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I need you in a book. I need you in a book.
I know, but it's you got to. So that means there's 3 different categories. You got a cover appearance, a cameo appearance, and a first appearance. Now they got to change that. That's a little too much.
Come on, if you show up at somebody's house but don't come in, that's not a cameo.
Yep.
Right? Is it?
A cameo? I know, but it's on the cover.
What you just said makes no sense, just like I made no sense right there.
What?
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's a little too much. Look, look, if you have words, if you have more than 3 words in a book, it's a first appearance. You know that, right?
I like that.
I'm sitting here laying out some true like golden nuggets of information, and I'm on mute. No, I think there should be a first cover appearance category. I like first cover appearances, but I do have a question for Dom, since Dom is a Star Wars guy. Han Solo's first appearance, when was it?
Han Solo's first appearance was actually in Star Wars issue 2.
All right, he was on the cover of Star Wars
number 1. I know.
Yeah.
But his first full appearance in the book itself was number 2, when Obi-Wan's first appearance, and they went to the spaceport.
So Star Wars number 1 is Han Solo's first cameo appearance.
Appearance. Also, Obi-Wan Kenobi's first cover appearance. So,
I don't mind somebody saying, hey, it's a first cover appeance.
Nobody said anything.
I'm okay with that.
Nobody said anything about this being Momoko, which I think Momoko was on the Hot 10 and she's on the outside looking in. Is Momoko making a comeback?
Well, she's writing and doing the art for Ultimate X-Men, so she will be in the interwebs in discussions for a while if that book gets hot and stays hot.
Yeah, people are liking it, especially anime fans. Anime fans are really liking Ultimate X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And for a little factual knowledge right here, CGC does not acknowledge this as a cameo appearance of her. It's not notated on the slabs.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's fine saying first cover appearance. With the caveat not in story. I think that's a fine remark.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just one of those things where it's kind of crazy. Like you have all these different appearances before the actual true appearance, which you could have 2 cover appearances and a cameo, and then the 4th book becomes the first appearance, which is.
I understand it though more when it's part of the story. So take your Star Wars 1, Star Wars 2 with Han Solo. He's part of the story. It's going. These Champions covers were just rando characters that they were making up and throwing on different covers that had nothing to do with the story or the guts of the book in any way, shape, or form.
You know, there's a lot
Can I just thank Sam for putting my mom on the Hot 10? I'm going to let her know you said that, Sam.
Yeah.
It's going to make her day that you think she's Hot 10.
Yeah.
You know, but forever there's always been a character will appear, then you get the character in a costume, then you get the character in a costume with their final superhero name.
Yeah. Or you get the shadow of a character at the end, and then the next issue you get the character and a name said, and they say something. And that
Damian,
like, okay,
Damian in Batman 655. He's in a shadow.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Next up,
what do we got?
We have Avengers Twilight #1 selling for about $20. It was selling for 15. It's creeping up. A lot of people are loving this story so far. Something different. The Avengers haven't been interesting in years. Just saying, they really haven't.
You had to move them. You had to move them into the future to be interesting.
And kill most of them.
Yeah, yeah, and kill Matt Murdock immediately.
Matt who? So, spoiler: Matt Murdock walked off a bridge in this. Let me stop.
It's a good book. It's a good read. I'm happy to start. It's nice that we're seeing regular covers that aren't ratios, have a little bit of value to them, and hold for several weeks, if not months anymore.
Definitely an interesting new trend for them, because for the longest time, A covers and even B covers were like, that's the A cover and B cover. I'll get the C, D, E, F, G covers.
Unless you had like a major first appearance in it or something like that, then yeah, but it was, yeah, people seem to just really like the story. The covers are good too, but the story's good. There's not any major appearances in this other than Iron Man's son, but I mean, he's a bit of an asshole in the book, so I don't know if that's a major spec.
Is somebody being possessed? What's going on?
I'm like God. Lucifer, is that you? Are you back, Lucifer? All hell. Oh, no, why?
It does sound a little demonic. But yeah, there's it's a good story. The A covers seem to be, like I said, Avengers Twilight. I mean, it's coming out a little more frequently, so it hasn't been there as long as, let's say, that Helverine book, which is still holding great value and still going for an A cover. But it's a nice trend we're seeing. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, the cover's got a realistic look to it. I can only go by the cover. It's different than a little different than you see on a lot of comics. It's just kind of got that realistic touch to it. I haven't seen AOA in the chat, but I'm sure he would really be digging this. So see how it goes.
Hey, Guitar, what's going on?
Anyway.
Yep. Next up, see how far this goes up. See if it makes the top 10 in the future, and if it does, will people start looking at those higher ratios for this? Next up, we got the United States of Murder Inc. #1, high sale of $20. $10 is the average, about a dozen sales. This comes off the news that Michael Bendis's
Something got optioned.
is optioned. You know, I think Pearl and
Jinx.
I believe Jinx made the main list this week.
Jinx made the main list this week. Pearl made the list last week. So I mean, these were the three big ones that were being mentioned. So Netflix is kind of doing, I guess, kind of like they did with Mark. Is it Mylar or Miller? I never know which to call him.
Miller. I think he
Yeah.
said it.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to call him Mylar anyway, just for the hell of it. But the same concept of somebody having like their universe of stuff that they have and kind of picking up one of those writers and rolling with multiple titles that they have. So we'll see if Netflix does anything with it. It didn't work so hot for Mark Miller. Well, I'm sure it worked fine. I'm sure he got a nice boatload of money out of it. But in terms of the shows that they put out, which is sad because he writes great stuff, but they just never seem to roll with it.
I think he was involved in the last project he did, but people just didn't watch it.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad.
Didn't they? Was it Mark Millar where they had the whole universe set up where he was going to do this whole universe?
Yeah,
the Millarverse or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
is this part of that? Maybe.
No, I mean it's a similar idea where they're just taking a writer and be like, you have a lot of properties that are interesting. We'll give you a deal and lock up some of your stuff. So
here's $10 million.
Yeah.
So good for Bendis.
Good for Bendis. Next up, we got Alien Worlds #4 selling between $30 and $40. And I don't know why it's selling. You know why?
I can tell you why.
Why is it selling? Please tell me.
Because it's Dave Stevens. Dave Stevens is on a heater right now. So this.
Why?
I guess people are just finally recognizing Dave Stevens. Every artist like this kind of goes on a heater every now and then. You get Bruce Timm binges. Eventually there'll be a Darwin Cook binge. But I mean, Dave Stevens, rest in peace, has been gone for a while now. So what you have out there is what you have out there. And I don't know. People are rolling with it. I mean, the documentary was really good. I guess that got in some people's eyes, but everything Dave Stevens is picking up. I mean, everything. It started with Planet Comics, and that thing started to just really heat up, month over month over month. It just kept going up. And the way it is, one book starts going up because of the artist. Then people start going down to the cheaper books and going down to the cheaper books and going down to the cheaper books. This Alien Worlds has always been on extremely, extremely reasonable. I used to be able to get this $10, $15 in really good shape. Oh my. It's a little bit loud there, Dom. Whatever background noise is picking up there was a little nuts.
Where? I'm sorry.
Could you send me a priest over, please? I need a priest.
So Dave Stevens is heating up. This has always been an accessible book.
Is that better? It's better.
Yes.
Just stay still.
You're good. I mean, there's Alien Worlds 2 as well. There's a handful of covers out there. Everything Dave Stevens is going up in price. And again, this has always been kind of one of those more accessible books, and it's picking up pace. There was a 9.8 last month that sold for $365, and 9.6 is around 110 or so. So doing good.
Do you have that, Big Joe?
I'm always happy to see Dave Stevens' work popping up. Like I said, if you have some, it's worth more than it was a few weeks ago. So.
Mama Bear, when somebody says allergies, that means they're doing coke. Next up, thank you for hanging out with the Outside Looking In. You can check out the full write-up on CBS.com. Thanks to Pete at Renovision. Thumbs up the video for all these great ideas that come from Renovision.
All righty, gents. Anyone got some pickups?
I don't.
Jedi, you're in the driver's seat. You
keep muting me. Who's muting me, man?
I did. You probably because for those that don't know, Dom is working with not his usual setup, so there's a little bit of feedback. Dom, you may need to mute yourself when you're not actually talking. We're getting a lot of feedback.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. Here's what I got.
I'm gonna get you up on the big since you're in the driver's seat.
So here's what came in. Just barely missed the last show. Actually, I think it came in Saturday. So I picked up Crash Down 1, I think the Comic Tom Comics Elite exclusive. Picked that up. The Scarlet Widow, I think this is Scarlet Widow 1 in 25. These are a little old. I mean,
that's a Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, Rosebush.
Say Scarlet Widow. I love it.
Did I say Scarlet Widow? Sorry.
Yeah, you said Scarlet Widow.
Oh, my bad. I know these have gotten a lot of hate, man, but I picked these. I ordered them in advance. So what are you going to do? I don't hate these as much as a lot of people seem to have hated these covers. Some of these are ratios at this point. I can't remember which ones are ratios and which ones aren't, but this is the Spider-Punk Arms Race #1.
I don't mind the covers. I just hate everything that's in the guts of the story.
I didn't read the guts. I
haven't read it yet.
I know it's getting a lot of hate on some of the shows. Some of the covers were getting hated. A little foil there. I like this cover, actually. It's pretty cool.
I like the covers. I've always liked the art. It's written by somebody who heard the word punk rock and had never actually experienced it in any way, shape, or form.
And then about a month late, but my Grimm's Fairy Tale Valentine's covers finally came.
Yeah, I'm going to clap for that. Yay.
Oh, that one sitting on my heart.
That's a hard
heart. This one's for Dom to make up for last week's lack of bouquet on the road.
I like that.
Peaches. Nice. Peaches.
Nice.
And finally, that's the last one. There's 4 of them, I think. I grabbed all 4. So.
Nice.
That's all I got for this week.
Disgusting covers, Jedi. Disgusting covers, man.
Awful.
Wonderful.
Awful.
Wonderful. I'm next in the lineup here, so I don't have much to show this week. I got some more Mystery in Space. I am, again, filling my run. As again, filling my run. Some more Brian Boland Wonder Woman.
Nice.
I got Heatseeker Gun Honey, the set of the cosplay variants.
Wow. Little high slit in the dress there. Showing both.
That's called an evening gown, Jedi.
Is that what that's called? I was too focused on the legs sticking out the.
And last but not least, some Dave Stevens.
Nice.
There you go. You just picked that up this week? Or are you just showing it off?
I picked it up earlier. I had been looking.
I thought you would have that.
It's the redheaded stuff, not DNA agents. I had always wanted a decent copy of it. Now it's getting pricey. I was stuck with a 9.4, but
I got a 9.4.
It was a decent price. It was a decent price on a 9.4, and I'm not going to complain about that. So it was one of the few Dave Stevens books I don't.
What are you doing, Dom?
What?
Yeah.
What?
You've got like the world's best microphone on that little laptop. Well, they're picking up everything.
I have the earphones in. I got earphones.
So you can't.
That's why you can hear a lot of feedback.
Go to settings and put noise on your mic. There should be a setting for yes.
Hold on.
Reduce mic background noise.
All right, Bruce. I know you have pickups. You always have pickups.
God, really? Get your popcorn.
Yeah, how many razzes this week, Bruce? How many razzes?
I just won one yesterday. It should show it up next week. It's the Batgirl Purple Rain cover. 90. Yeah.
Bruce was born with a rabbit's foot or something.
I know the guys.
Freaking leprechaun. That's the thing.
The guys in the razzes, they're like, stop entering, because I've won 6 in the last week and a half.
Yeah.
So, all right. First off, I got Robin 21 DCU variant. I did not have this. Woo! Another one checked off. Robin 22. I did not have this. So I'm down to 33 DCUs I need. I got some stuff back from CGC.
And then what?
And then, I don't know. I have no purpose in life.
And then
Then you sell them all and start over.
Yeah.
Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the
Well,
black suit cover, 9/8. Another one.
Another one.
Batman 142.
Joker
scary.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I love this cover. Beneath the Trees When Nobody Sees. The 1 in 25.
There you go. Ratio.
Little Cobra Commander. 9/8.
Excellent.
Little Scotty Young. What was this? I forgot what convention this came from.
That one wasn't from his site. They did the.
It was
That was
That's
directly from.
Oh, this
Well,
was
was
his site.
that?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
from his site.
Yes. This
It was a
Scotty-
second
Scotty Young,
printing.
that one. Yeah, that's-
Then, this is the convention special.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Daniel
there you go.
Johnson. Or-
Stop with those Transformers again, man. I'm telling you. I'm not a Transformers fan.
Ultimate Black Panther. More Ultimate Black Panther. Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh, the Scotty Young sketch. Another Ultimate.
I'm getting
Another
dizzy.
Ultimate.
It's a lot of Ultimate.
Yep.
That's right. A bunch of ultimate bullshit.
What?
So you better ultimately sell this.
The Ultimate Spidey, the Scotty. Another Superboy DCU 9/4. Superman 77 9/0. Bastards, they cheated me out that one. Alpha Flight #1.
Snowbird. Look at you encapsulating Smart Adams.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of them. Another one of these. And finally, Batlash #1, 9.0.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah, I love this cover.
You got a Cardi?
Yes, it's a Cardi.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's it.
Sweet.
My next submission should be in by next Friday. I sent in 47 books.
Wow.
You're gonna come back 9-0s.
I just wouldn't know what to do with all slabs. I mean, I think I have too many slabs as it is. But every time I get another slab, I'm angry because storage wise, I don't like
I got
slabs.
15 graded comic boxes of slabs, and I got
That's a wall.
5 or 6 long boxes. Well, the boxes CGC send them in, just laying around. I got to put those in boxes too.
My oh my. Who's up next after that?
Not I.
I think that's it.
Oh, well, I just got the one lone thing at the con.
Oh, you get.
Buddy,
of
let
right
me get
now,
you up
but-
there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Oh,
you're-
I see it. I see the
I
boat.
got the nice vintage Boba Fett that I picked up.
Oh,
Look at the price.
nice.
Is that the original 3 1/4?
Yep, the original.
Nice.
No,
Turn him on
nice.
his turn him on his back.
Is that with the functional? Is that
No,
fire?
I wish it did.
How, has it got nice tight limbs?
The limbs are a little loose, but you got to understand it's
None are gonna fall off, right?
Those-
None are gonna
They
fall
were
off.
played with.
Yes. Don't
That's
fall off.
pretty good. Look, the legs
No,
are
it
just a
looks
little
good.
loose.
not
But
bad.
that's not too
though.
bad.
It's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Yeah, the head's pretty.
I have a C3PO that'll do a windmill if you
Pretty
start
tight.
turning around.
All the paint looks great.
His
Doesn't
arm will
look
start
worn.
swinging.
It does. Just a little
Karate
little
action. That's
chest. On
Yeah,
the
it's not too
chest.
bad though.
Not bad at all.
I mean, I've seen those things almost all gray before
Yeah.
from just being worn.
Hey, the one I had growing up, that thing was abused and used.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
kid chewed on it a little bit. It's okay.
Yeah. But that's about it for now. Hopefully, I'll get some more stuff at the con tomorrow.
What you
Alrighty.
getting me?
Yeah. Not Ming-Na's signature or autograph. I'll tell you that much for sure. So today,
Thank you.
our pit. Oh, go ahead.
He was saying thank you.
He was
Our-
saying thanks to Repair Tech.
Our pinup today is by Joyce Ballantyne. If you're not familiar with Joyce Ballantyne, she is the one who came up with the copper tone ad of the dog pulling off the little girl's pants. It's a quite popular comic homage now. So
Now, is
Now
that
you-
monkey stealing her dress or helping her get dressed?
I'm going to go with stealing
Yes.
because nobody wants that woman to get dressed. So I'm going to say he's stealing it.
Not even a monkey.
I do. She's not thick enough for me.
I dig it. I always love to give shout outs to, especially the female pinup artists of the 40s and 30s as well.
Yeah, that's it, Bruce.
A great group of artists there. So plus a little history known where the whole copper tone girl comes from. So all right.
Oh,
Our books this week. Crave number 4, the Maria Lovett Tarot variant. I just love this book. I've liked all the Crave covers, but I dig the tarot card. The Under Heist number 2, the Steve Gross Virgin variant, which is just a really creepy cover.
mm-hmm.
And it's just a good creepy cover done well is always nice.
That's what happens to homeless people in New York City.
Ah,
That's what happens to anybody in New York City if you fall asleep on the streets.
ah.
The military's on the scene now, man. Order in NYC.
Oh, is it Fleet Week?
So they have to know the National Guard.
No,
is coming
National
in
Guard's
to,
No, but
somewhere.
that would,
check bags. Check bags in the subways.
Fleet Week is another thing entirely.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And last but not least for this week, we have Betty and Veronica Friends Forever Sleepover number 1, the Happy Comics Dan Parent Original Art Edition variant, which is a great take on the old Veronica in Paris cover of the original art. So it's a fun cover. If you're an Archie collector or a Betty and Veronica collector in general, it's a great little piece to have there. That's this week's. And looking into the future, I decided to go Kickstarter heavy this week. All of these still have like 20 days or so on the Kickstarter. There is Switchblade Stories 6, which has a awesome Flops cover. So if you're a fan of Flops, I said Flops doesn't do a ton of stuff. This is a good chance to get in, and it's Switchblade Stories. It's an extremely reasonable Kickstarter as well. So take a look at it. Our Sins Are Scarlet Kickstarter. There's a great Skylar Partridge cover. There's also a nice Tutolote cover as well. And last but not least, because he's just been killing it on everything he does, Fantasima 2 Kickstarter has a awesome Dan Panosian cover. So again, all of these on Kickstarter all have at least like 20 days left, I believe, on the Kickstarter. If you're freaked out about Kickstarters, the Fantasima one is probably the best way to go. It's done by Paper Films, which is Jimmy Palmieri's and Amanda Connor's company. They are awesome about fulfilling Kickstarters extremely quickly it'll easily reach its goal because there's great artists on this. and there's normally always reach their goal. So they tend to fulfill their Kickstarters extremely quickly. So if you have an aversion to Kickstarters, it's a good place to get your feet wet. Because
I've never done it. Well, I helped a friend get her kids book done as a Kickstarter, but I've never done a comic book Kickstarter. But that Carla Cohen one you shared earlier, that might be my first.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. It's a fun way to find art. Like a lot of times there's artists that are hot that you like, and you can find some really cool covers that are very limited. I mean, Kickstarters aren't cheap, but normally if a bigger artist is attached to a cover or something like that, those things tend to fill up relatively quickly. Every now and then you get burnt, or every now and then it takes a really long time to fulfill something, but I don't know. I haven't had too many problems so far. I think I have 9 in the queue right now.
Yeah, I think just get on there and play around. Just maybe get on there and play around a while and not actually check out and buy anything, just to kind of get familiar with how to navigate it. It can be a little intimidating trying to figure out what you want from a Kickstarter.
The good thing I have found is you kind of find one project. If you know of one project and you go and look at it, they always give you like 3 suggestions below. After you run through it, look at everything at the bottom, there's normally 3 suggestions. Normally they're pretty good about their suggestions. So if you take one of those suggestions and look at it, it's going to give you 3 more down below.
Just be careful, because before you know it, you're probably spending more money than you might want to, because you'll be like, oh, a foil, oh, a metal, oh, a risque, if that's what you're into. Or
there's a lot. It's a rabbit hole that you kind of got to watch. I don't normally get the naughty covers, and I don't normally buy like the holofoil and metal covers and all that. I'm happy with just a trade dress cover or a virgin cover, as long as it's an artist I like. So there's normally something in there for everybody. And again, you can find some, like the Switchblade Stories one. I love flops. I think it was $10. I mean, it wasn't very expensive. Steve Mannion's stuff is great. If you're a fan of Fearless Dawn, you can pick up all his stuff. And a lot of these will have the back catalog as well. So if it's some continued story, you get into if you miss one and you get into the next one that they have for that series, there's normally a chance to go back and pick up some of those old issues as well. So hooray for Kickstarters. It's nice. Artists and writers can do whatever passion project that they want and put it up there, and they're getting the money out of this. So it's nice. That's what I got for this week. And I did have a few Pulp Marketplace rundowns, because there was an auction this week that went pretty well at Heritage, and there were some little gems that showed up in there. So first on the list, we had Amazing Stories from 1928, Ziff Davis Productions. It was a fine minus. This book is the first appearance of Buck Rogers, which is pretty damn cool.
Pretty big deal.
It is a pretty big deal. I didn't realize Buck Rogers went back as far as 1928, because I have some Buck Rogers stuff from, I think it's like 1937, 36. And I was like, oh, this is old. But 1928 is going back a ways.
Is that Styx in the bottom right-hand corner?
It looks too old.
I was the cover model back then. Yeah.
So not bad. I mean, the pulps are still. Some pulps do go for a decent amount. They haven't really gotten into a lot of the graded ones yet. Most of the auctions, everything's raw for the most part in these auctions. And again, condition the pulps is rough. I mean, I've had pulps, just turn to nothing. in one's hands because they are the paper quality is awful.
Very brittle.
Yeah, very brittle. Along the spine, it's brittle. The paper chips like crazy, like not like the cover chips, all of the paper chips in them. It's really rough sometimes with the condition and how some of these conditions get rated. So if you're buying pulps online, trust who you're buying from, and make sure you get good pictures so you know what you're getting. You're not going to be getting any near mints or near mint pluses for any of this stuff.
No, not any.
But you can still pick up a lot of really great art reasonably in a lot of pulps. Next on the list, Astounding Stories from 1932, Clayton Publishing. This was a very good find. $660. You got your classic Gorilla Skyscraper cover by Hans Wesso. Hans Wesso is a very famous pulp artist. This cover predates King Kong by 1 year. So if you like giant gorillas and you want something that predates King Kong, this is it right here. You can drop that son of a bitch right off that building.
So you're saying this was the inspiration for King Kong?
Who knows? Possibly. It could have been, but it did predate King Kong, so that's something.
There's we have nothing that says it's not, so
yeah,
maybe it was.
Next on the list, it's just a really great cover. It's the first issue of this title of Amazing Detective Tales. Went for $600, June 1930. Gurns Publications. It was a very good find. For 1930, this was a fun cover.
And this is a fun cover.
Yes, you have a hypodermic needle on the cover, which for Golden Age collectors is
that
like,
what it is? Oh, I see it.
Yeah,
now. Okay.
It's on the hypodermic. Yeah, hypodermic is one of the GoldenAge tropes that people look for. But it's a really cool cover.
I thought she was about to sniff some glue.
What?
I thought that was like a little bottle in her hand, and she was. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't see the needle.
And again, this is not an easy one to find. It's not excessively rare, but it is not an easy pulp to find. And last on the list for $264, we have a Jungle Stories from winter of 1942 Fiction House. Condition was fine. Nice George Gross cover. I just threw this on there because if you happen to dip your toes into Golden Age and you see things like Planet Comics or Jungle Comics, Fiction House did pulps and comics concurrently at the same time. So while you had Jungle Comics, you also had Jungle Stories. While you had Planet Comics, you also had Planet Stories.
I like this cover, and I'm not a smart man. I'm not a geometrist, but I think this lion's got the angle. I think he's going to get her.
Yeah, I think he has the edge there a little bit.
Got the angle on him.
Yeah. Old Kygor there isn't going to be able to save this one.
Well, rest in peace.
Yeah. But like I said, a lot of people chase, Planet Comics. I love Planet Comics. I love tons of the covers on Planet Comics. It's one of my favorite series. But a lot of people are priced out from buying Planet Comics. But if you want really great sci-fi covers as well, Planet Stories in the pulps, you can still get pretty reasonably, which also have fantastic sci-fi covers. So just something to look for out there. I always try to push people toward pulps every now and then. That's what we got this week for pulps.
Oh, Lord.
Let's do some news.
Oh, Lord.
Bruce, you want to take this one? You like anime.
Yes. This week, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, artist behind Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger, and one of my favorite, Blue Dragon, died at age 68. Probably was worked to death, like most creatives in Japan. He changed the animation game with Dragon Ball, which has been running since the early 80s. From Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball GT, which we don't count because he didn't do that. Dragon Ball Super, numerous games. He was a
Wow. Dragon Ball's been around since the 80s? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Can I say something? Really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was telling my wife earlier today, I said, I go, between Dragon Ball and Star Wars, which had the bigger cultural outcome, because, Star Wars, I know it took a while for Star Wars to catch its grip, but when this dropped, this was automatically a hit.
No, not here.
Not here, but Japan. But the Asian population is bigger than the United States. The United States, we really didn't get, like, when Star Wars came out, how do you, on a scale, what do you think?
Well, Dom, anime was back then was more Japanese centric, wasn't really other Asian countries, so that didn't catch on until later on, like probably with Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
There's a whole generation of people that this means Dragon Ball Z meant a lot to them. That was their thing for their generation.
I kind of get what Dom's saying. He's trying to say that culturally, this was a huge hit where it took a while to take on here in America, right? I would say.
So like Star Wars, How long did it take to snowball to become the phenomenon that it is?
Like
compared
4 years?
to this, if you really think about it.
It was like a few years after the initial run, because then they replayed it a couple times in theaters. There's the 75 showing, there's the 76 showing, and then I think by that time they were amping up to maybe do where they did the Empire Strikes Back. So it was a couple years.
Yeah, but I mean, before the prequels though, it had died down quite a bit. I mean, there were still books and comics and stuff like that, but.
Right.
I remember my first time watching Dragon Ball. It was straight Japanese, no subtitles, but the animation and the fighting was just like so amazing. You didn't need to understand what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, for some people, this was their first intro to anime in a lot of ways.
I can see kids going, "Oh shit! Now he's in trouble. He's friggin' super." They didn't have to see it.
Yeah. The visuals alone tell a good story.
Mm-hmm. The one thing about Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball fans would tell you there are so many filler episodes, and the filler episodes, the main storylines can carry over for 40 to 50 episodes before you get a resolution in some of these story arcs, which is nothing compared to One Piece now, which is like 300 episodes or like one arc of a story.
Yeah, it ain't my thing, but I understand its significance. So
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Huge contributor to animation and anime and video games. Thank you.
Our Energon universe expands with 2 new titles coming in June. We will get Scarlet #1 and Destro #1. How many single titles are they going to do? Are they going to keep doing all these minis? Or are they going to condense and give us a title?
I actually think the minis they're gonna build the minis up to become like the one big title. The new Joe title for the Energon universe. Like they introduce the characters and build their arcs up, but the main characters, not like every single character. You'll have a lot of characters in the books themselves.
Yeah, I can see Duke and Cobra Commander and Destro, but Scarlet, man,
she plays a big role.
She does,
especially in newer GI Joe.
So let me ask you a question. It begs to differ. Are we going to get a Zartan series? That's the question. That's what I'm waiting for.
That would be nice.
That would be very nice.
Yeah, but how long do you want them to drag out these individual stories before they bring everything together?
For a long time.
Well, you know what? Listen,
I like
Yeah.
minis. I like miniseries. I like that you can focus on a character. If you like Duke, you want to read a Duke series. You don't want the 75,000 characters that are in GI Joe
yep.
to flood every episode. So it's nice to be able to get some character centric minis for a little bit.
Yeah, but if you don't read one or two of these minis, and when they finally merge them, you're going to be lost. So you have to pick up each and every one.
Well, by that time, there'll be trade paperbacks. There'll be a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be coming out, so people can enjoy.
Do people
the story
really go back and read? No.
I
You know
mean,
what?
if they were smart, they would bring it together. If they bring it together,
Well,
then
you know
they
what?
would.
Maybe
They would
next
do it
year.
right.
All kidding aside, maybe next year you'll get the graphic novels where you have all the good guys in one book, and then all the bad guys in the other book. So you'll have all the miniseries of the bad guys as one novel, and then all the good guys as another novel. Who knows? But look, they want to make money. Skybound is about making money, and it proved with the Duke series and the Cobra Commander series with the 9 million second and third printings and multiple variants. It's going to sell. It's going to sell no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many more of these are going to do. I mean, I would I be surprised if there was another 2 miniseries after this and then they consolidated? No. Would I be surprised if they just consolidated after these 2? No. I think they can go either way with it, but I kind of like I like the minis because like I said, Duke was okay. I like Cobra Commander better, so that gives me something to read for GI Joe that I enjoy more.
Well, listen, and if any indication of Cobra Commander, you got the Dreadnoks, and who's behind the Dreadnoks?
There's a Zorana cover coming, I believe, for Cobra Commander, so we should get Zartan soon.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited. I'm just excited about Destro covers because Destro's badass.
Yeah, when I saw the cover, when I saw these books, I had to send it to you guys. I was like, oh, shit, Destro, Scarlet.
I was excited. I mean, I was excited about Scarlet. The Scarlet covers aren't bad either, but Destro's badass, and I love Destro covers.
Yeah.
Cobra Commando on a Speedo.
I wonder how they're going to tell Destro's origin, if it's going to change from his original origin.
Well, they already changed. Haven't they changed Duke and Cobra Commandos already?
Yeah, they did. So I got a feeling they'll change Destro's too.
I guess the question would be, how much will they change it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the cartoon, you had Cobra Commander being kind of spawned from Gobulus, whereas the comic
that's what it
book
became in the movie. I mean,
whereas the comic book had him as a used car salesman.
yeah, yep, from Springfield. Yeah.
So we'll see what we get, but I don't know. I'll take it. I've been enjoying these so far, and I think it's. I think they've been doing pretty well with them.
Oh yeah.
Bruce, I threw this in here for you because I know you love DC. I know you love Flash, but DC continues to shit on Wally West over and over and over again.
Well, that's because Barry Allen fans cried for a decade, and they wanted him back instead of letting Wally just have the mantle. They should have just left him dead. I don't care for Barry Allen. Never have, never will.
So now that you got Barry back, Wally's feeling the pressure, and it's time for DC to shit all over Wally again, like they always do. So you can see this heartfelt 1-to-1 between Wally and Barry in Flash number 6. I don't know if anyone else is reading Flash. Not a bad series.
No, it's not. It's a different direction for Flash.
Yeah.
What was it? Wally was lost in the multiverse for a long time, and his powers became wonky when they got him back. Then the whole the Speed Force War or whatever it was.
Yeah, there's Barry always or Wally always gets the shittiest storylines from DC. It's like, how can we screw with Wally in this series?
But he's being written well in Titans, which I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Kill off Barry Allen. Make it official. Make it official. Anybody else have any thoughts? Anyone else
I
reading
ain't got nothing
Flash?
to say on this. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Well, look,
Oh, God,
a lot of
Dom.
people do like Barry Allen over Wally, but Wally is a lot more popular to I don't read a lot of DC books and a lot of stuff, but in a lot of the books, in a lot of the cartoons, a lot of the stuff, Wally has been front and center in a lot of stuff. So,
People that don't read comic books just love Barry Allen because of the Flash TV show.
yep.
Yeah, I guess. That's sad. No. Hope they write a good one for you at some point, Wally. This came up. This was interesting, and I think this is a movie we should watch. Kino Lorber has acquired the North American rights for Bruno Dumont's sci-fi farce, The Empire, which is a basically takeoff of George Lucas's Star Wars that takes place in a northern town in northern France. This has won numerous awards in Germany. The effects and everything are supposed to be really good. Don't shit on European film.
What? So this is Star Wars in Germany? I'm sorry, in Norway? No, France?
In northern France. In northern France.
You're almost there.
So it's basically a reimagining of Star Wars in northern France.
So we're going to get in our spaceship and fly from one place in France to another place in France.
I don't think there's going to be any spaceships.
I'm looking at them.
Oh no, they're spaceships.
I'm looking at spaceships.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know. I found it interesting. I like when people take inspiration from Star Wars and do other things. We always bitch that Star Wars fucks everything up. And
no, but what about Star Wars
else?
took inspirations from other places that make Star Wars?
Exactly.
So everybody takes something from something.
So I'm happy to see somebody took inspiration from the original Star Wars and is doing something different.
Made a high school play out of it. Okay.
This
the high school musical.
Yeah.
High School Musicals take on Star Wars.
Berlin Film Festival.
Together.
Sorry, not everything can be Zack Snyder.
Is that High School Musical?
Zack Snyder.
What the hell? You talking what? What's Zack Snyder come from?
Shit.
He's saying Zack Snyder is singing the High
Joe
School
put this
Musical.
in here for the sole purpose of taking a shot at Zack Snyder. That is the only reason the story's in here.
I put it on
This is going to be better than Zack Snyder. That's the only reason we're looking at this right now.
We're
Moving
on. There are other things out there to watch. If you're a sci-fi fan or a Star Wars fan, that could be interesting. Ultimate Spider-Man 1 hits a 4th printing. Are we tired of multiple printings?
Yeah, I don't care.
It's going to come out. It's going to be 5 and 6, I guarantee. If a book is hot, it's going to sell and reprints like crazy.
They're going to run out of inside panels to use as covers at some point.
It's just.
I mean, come on. This is.
They stuck us with the 3rd printing and a ratio on the 3rd printing, which is just a dick move. And all they did was remove the trade dress, which was another dick move on a ratio of a 3rd print. But are they going too far on this? To me, it dilutes the value of the book in general.
You know what? Listen, there'll never be a day where they don't make reprints. The only books that never had reprints were the old Valiant books back in the 90s. Now they're starting to make the hardcovers and stuff like that. But the original books, the only one that had a reprint was Solar Man of the Atom 10 with the Solar Eclipse cover. That had a reprint. But books today, if a book is going to sell hot, there will be a reprint no matter what. That's the MO. Marvel reprints the shit out of everything with their shitty paper. And wherever you reprint, the paper gets shittier and shittier. So, if you think about it.
It is true. Marvel does have shit paper.
But yeah. Look, the book was a hot book. They'll probably make a 5th and 6th printing on this.
Yeah. it
Well,
amazes me because
Void Rivals is what, up to 7, 8 printing?
at least they do some different stuff with that. I mean, at least their approach is somewhat interesting.
Well, if people stop buying them, they'll stop printing them. But people are buying them.
But
the only thing I had to say about this, Bruce just said. So
no, hey, Bruce, how many times Marvel reprinted the book before the first book ever came out? They talk about the second printing.
Well, that's different because of the retailers buying. They're not counting how many books are still on the shelves. The retailers bought the allocation of that first printing. That's not the way it works.
Yeah, but they're really releasing. We're going to be doing a second printing of this a little bit fast.
Yeah.
They're announcing it. It's like, hey, the FOC for this first print is coming up. Oh, we're going to announce the second print at the same time.
Let me ask you a question. How many issues already is this? 3 issues already?
2.
2? Look how many friggin' second printings they have for the 1 and 2 already.
Oh, they only have 1 for the second issue.
For now.
Yeah.
There's a second printing. There's a second printing of the printing of the printing of the printing before that printing.
Yeah, next month they'll be making the facsimile of number 1. So.
Go outside and get some air, please.
It's
why?
No, Dom. You're in DC. You're in DC, Dom. Do not go outside. Stay inside.
All right. For magazine collectors out there, I didn't even realize that many magazines still actually existed. You don't see too many magazines nowadays.
Yeah. This is a UK magazine.
Yeah, so Empire Magazine, which you could actually get a subscription to, and like Star Wars Insider and stuff like that, you have a different subscription cover, which is nice. If you happen to be a Mad Max fan, the cover on the left is the newsstand cover. The cover on the right is the subscriber cover, which is pretty nice. So
that's another thing. Magazine covers having variant covers and all these things and newsstand cover.
Yep.
It gets to a point where everything you friggin' collect, there's like so much.
That's always been the case with magazines. They've always had a direct and then
I know
subscriber.
But now they really push it out there.
Oh,
you really think about it.
Don't take it personal.
I don't know. I think there's going to be more magazine collecting coming to the forefront. Everyone likes to encapsulate everything, and a lot of the older magazines are coming back. You got a lot of magazines. I think they're relaunching some. Well, Savage Sword of Conan is almost magazine sized. You're going to start getting, I think, some more comic style material in magazine form.
I know a lot of guys in my other group that I'm in. They collect a lot of the
cheating on us?
Old 90s. Yes, I am. Old 90s Source and hip hop magazines, because a lot of those books are worth a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we saw in the top 10 this week there's a Kurt Cobain comic that
I completely misread this slide when I saw it. I thought that you were going to tell us that they were going to make a comic book about the Furiosa movie.
Oh, they will.
My question was, have they ever made a Mad Max comic book?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
There was was
it one of the Marvel super specials or something? Or
no, the Fury Road. Fury Road has so there's if you want the first Furiosa, there's the Fury
Isn't there
Road
a treasury
books.
of Beyond Thunderdome?
I think there might be.
Or not a treasury, but like a Marvel special.
I think there might be, but there was definitely Fury Road, which
definitely Fury. Dark Horse, I think.
There's a Fury Road, and then they have Fury Road Furiosa #1.
Yeah, it's a great Charlize Theron styled cover on that book. But yeah, that's actually the Fury Road one. I think is actually the first Furiosa, but the Furiosa one, the Mad Max Furiosa Fury Road, seems to do better in terms of dollar amount. But if you're a Mad Max fan, or just like some cool art, that subscription copy is pretty nice. So, Skidworking. I like to add in a weird sport or event every week. So, and we made fun of Florida. We made fun of Florida enough last week with the Florida Man games. So I figured we'd bring up Skidworking, which occurs in Colorado. Hats off to Wayseeker.
I think I see him back there somewhere.
So you have horses and sometimes dogs or snowmobiles or even cars that tow skiers by a rope at speeds that can top 40 miles an hour, over jumps as high as 8 feet, and around obstacles as they try to lance suspended hoops with a baton, typically with a ski pole cut in half.
Explains a lot.
So that to me is just as awesome, and it follows up a Mad Max story that we just had. So it just felt right.
It's the rodeo games. I mean, it doesn't surprise me they do stuff like this.
Yep.
Rodeos always do this crazy stuff. So.
Yep. So, what would anyone watch some Skidworking?
Hell no. The voice is back on TV. I'm not missing the voice for that.
That looks like a fun time. To see that live, because it looks like they're doing it through city streets, which looks pretty awesome to me, except for the fact that there better be enough snow there because those horses shouldn't be running on concrete. But I don't know. It looked like fun, and like I said, we have to shit on every part of the country for their weird sports.
Colorado's the new Florida.
Yeah. This story just is weird. There was a guy who spent $14,000 on a collie costume because he wanted to live like a collie, and this is an update. He was taking agility training and was.
Now he wants to enter a dog show. Is that what it is?
His quote was, "When you become a dog, you want to try agility, don't you?" So he failed miserably and was yelled at by the trainer, which apparently has set him back emotionally.
Who is following this guy? Why is this guy news?
This guy.
He was on the when he first. Now this whole agility thing is a little new, but yeah, he was on a lot of the major news. It was kind of like their interesting, quirky story that they do towards at the end of their news specials or news programs. But yeah, about a month and a half ago, doing this kind of.
Isn't it just a furry at this point?
No. I mean, it is it's beyond. This takes it to another level. I mean, it's a relatively realistic looking $14,000 costume, in which he sweats in and smells bad. But
he does take it off. He's not like he lives in this thing constantly. I'm sure he takes it off. So yes, Brucifer, he is a furry. I mean, he's 100% a furry.
And no, Brucifer, he has sex with it on. Okay, that's what you want to know. That's what you want to know.
Well, I try to like live by the code of live and let live. I really do, but that doesn't mean I can't make fun of you. And this guy is an idiot. Something's wrong with this guy. Something is wrong with him.
He had $14,000 laying around and decided, I want to be a collie.
$14,000 you could do many different things with. This guy wanted to be a freaking collie. Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, Cosmic. Only unqualified. Will you see?
Was his trainer named Timmy?
Timmy.
But it's sadly pathetic. It's a story that was mildly interesting and then just keeps turning more and more pathetic. So I'm going to keep following this guy because I just want to see how low it gets.
But this guy probably has millions of followers.
His feelings hurt. That is a little funny.
He probably has millions of followers on Instagram. This fucking guy.
He probably
go buy a suit.
Fucking shit.
It probably does. But
I don't hate him.
He also lives in his own sweat.
It's creepy as hell.
Of course, it's creepy as hell. But a lot of people do creepy as hell shit. This is just more hilarious creepy shit.
So. Brucifer does a lot of creepy as hell shit. So
what?
Yeah, what?
I live a nice, straight in, narrow life. I'm like the Boy Scout of Vinivision.
So, we're gonna keep up with the exploits of Toko, and if anything else interesting happens, we'll alert you. Last but not least on the news, the news for some reason just interviewed a guy who just was on a 2,000 person all nude cruise, and said what you would basically expect someone to say, that
Captain Obvious.
Yeah, that most people don't seem to be comfortable in the nude until later in life. And the crowd was 20% attractive, 20% average, and 60% unattractive.
I can imagine this cruise was very expensive, and young people do not have money.
No, I don't know. They seem to find it for everything else.
Yep.
I can't imagine any young person would want to go on this cruise and have a bunch of old, fat men, probably predominantly, walking around. I just can't.
Yeah.
But those are the ones that have the money that the young girls want to be.
You know, this was a complete sausage fest. You know that. There's probably like 90-10 ratio.
Also technology. If you want to get laid, just pick up your phone and like 2 minutes later you're getting laid. Oh, sorry.
Maybe you just want to get a little sun on your balls. Who knows? Maybe you just like being nude.
Oops.
Yeah, I get a nudist. Okay, whatever. Don't complain. If you're a true nudist, don't go on a nudist cruise and complain because there's not enough hot chicks.
True. But yeah,
saggy balls and saggy tits.
Little PSA for anybody out there that wants to partake in some nudist community things. I'm pretty sure this percentage is probably pretty widespread.
My suggestion would be to read the comments.
Yeah.
Hey Dom, have you ever been to Sandy Hook? Not Sandy Hook. What's that beach in Jersey?
Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook.
No.
Wrong story.
Well, what's the beach in Jersey where everybody's nude?
Oh, you mean Orchard Beach? Jones?
No, in Jersey.
Jones Beach.
Jones Beach, Jersey. What the hell's the beach?
There's a nude beach in Jersey where everybody goes.
There is?
Yeah, I've seen videos.
Doesn't Jersey water just eat off your bathing suit anyway because it's so toxic?
Hey, if the kids from Jersey Shore can survive the water, anybody can survive it.
Yeah, is that really surviving though?
They've gained an immunity after being in there for so many years.
they were weaned on
on
that water. So this is your weekly PSA from the qualified. Stay away from all nude events.
Yeah, read the comments.
Yeah, got good at the end.
All righty,
Yay.
Jedi, your time shine.
This week on That's Not a Comic sale of the week. I actually got 2 slides this week because the first one is interesting. The second one we're kind of going to make fun of, I think. But so we decided to look at Levi's and so collector of Levi jeans, they're probably in the same, maybe not as weird as sneaker collectors, but damn, people pay a lot of money for the right kind of Levi's. What they call a Big E blue selvage denim from trucker jacket from the 40s or 50s. 34 bids. This thing sold for a little over $5,500 back in late December.
Damn.
So if you got some old denim, or your grandpa has left you an old denim jacket, or your dad, son of a gun,
I'd rather an old bomber jacket. Give me an old bomber jacket, leather jacket. I'll take that.
And it's not just jackets. These big E are. So Levi's 502 Big E blue denim selvage 1955 with the leather patch. 1 bid, so basically a buy it now kind of deal. Sold for $5,000. Again, 1 bid, just late last month.
It might be big boy clothes for big people.
These pants look a little big, so yeah.
They are a little wide.
But 1955, whoever bought these is a collector. He's not just out looking for big britches. He's a collector.
Those are the same people that buy little people clothes.
I don't know. It's yeah. People collect what people collect.
Yep.
Lastly, a little different, a Levi Jeans denim banner from a 1950 store display. Pretty big size. Sold for, as a best offer accepted, for $26.50 back in mid-February.
I like that banner. That's nice.
Yeah, I like the banner too. Yeah, banner's cool.
Because I can't spend that much money on clothes. I just couldn't do it. Even if I really like the clothes, that's a lot of money. Goodwills used to be gold mines, but people
pickers found them.
Yeah, pickers found. First they started figuring out thrift shops and flea markets. All those places get so picked over anymore. It's very sad.
It's funny. I've been wearing Levi jeans pretty much for the last 40 years. That's all they wear. They're like the best quality.
Levi's are great. Well, I grew up, growing up in Texas, everybody wore Wranglers back in the day, but I always liked Levi better, personally.
You didn't wear some Jordache?
No, I never wore Jordache.
Bruce wore Jordache. We know Jordache.
Hey, come on, Jedi. You didn't wear any Cavaricci jeans? Those Cavaricci jeans back in the day, man.
He wears short shorts.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is, Dom.
And then there were always Lee jeans as well.
Lee.
Oh yeah, Lee. Yeah.
Levi's.
Lee jeans were like chick jeans, though, right? I mean, girls wore Lee jeans.
There was in the late 80s, early 90s, Lee jeans were very popular in New York City, to the point where a radio station said, the more Lee patches you collect, you can win money. And people just started running around ripping off people's Lee patch.
Stonewash. Nothing was worse than acid wash. Acid wash was the worst finish ever.
How about the two-tone pants?
Speaking of, Dom may wear these next ones because he's talking about all these fashion jeans. So this next one I thought was pretty interesting in that these things go for a grip. Now, I do believe these are probably made to order jeans. Probably you can't just pick these off the rack. These may be, like I said, custom or made to order, but I did find these from more than one seller. This was not one seller just selling their wares. This was all these are from different sellers. These Chrome Hearts Levi jeans. And these were all men's jeans, but they were small men's, as you can kind of tell. I don't know if I put the size on there or not, but I have size 32, size 33, size 30. This first one there with the red crosses, $12,500 on a best offer back in December for those jeans.
Damn.
Size 33.
Yeah.
That's a calf.
Yeah, I ain't getting. I might get one leg in a size 33.
Put those
the one in
pants
the
on,
middle is,
or just be in the
I
wrong
guess, the
place.
Black Hearts men's 3,400 on a best offer in January, and then the final one, size 30, $4,000 best offer back in mid-December for these hearts.
I like those pants. The color of those pants look pretty cool.
I mean, apparently it's not the.
I thought Don would like these.
I did like those pants. Blue ones.
I do like the Bark edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you call these, Joe? When I showed you these in the chat, you call them? What did you call them?
What did I
You call them
I'm
something.
trying to. I don't know. I'm sure it wasn't. Probably wasn't very nice. Yeah.
These are like
This is what we used to call chooch jeans.
you probably can only you probably can only buy these at like Bloomingdale's or Macy's.
I don't know if you can buy these things in stores or not, to be honest with you. But these, like I said, these may be.
Maybe an outlet center.
You know, sometimes some of these pants, or kidding aside, they're side with a special designer, and not many are made. And
Douche jeans. Douche jeans. That's what you call
Douche
them.
jeans.
Douche
Yeah,
jeans.
I can imagine that the person pairs this with a nice the Hardy,
Nice
Ed Hardy,
satin,
the Ed
nice
Hardy
flat
t-shirts.
satin shirt.
Nobody's worn Ed Hardy t-shirts in 20 years.
Have you seen people wear these jeans around anywhere?
I've seen similar jeans. Have you
seen
seen
some-
the True Religion jeans? Those are
some
pretty,
people do wear some crazy shit here in New York City. I can tell you that.
Mama Bear says she can make this for cheap. You need to Undercut these folks. Undercut
These
them. Make a
These
fortune.
would go really nice with your Tasmanian devil calf tattoo. That's all I gotta say. They're rough.
You know,
All right. So that's
a
it.
nice Versace shirt to go with that. Yeah, I can see myself wearing this.
I do need to explore this more because I need to know what goes behind basically putting some iron-ons on jeans and selling them for $12,000 because I'm in the wrong business.
Tell me about it.
Because those are crazy. Those are crazy numbers. So I don't know. Well, thank you very much, Jedi.
Thank you, sir.
You want to let loose what we have on tap for next week, or
so Dom came up with the idea. Next week we are going to look at vintage movie posters. So we're going to see what we can find for that.
Yes. Got
That
one
ought to be
behind
fun.
me.
It's a good idea.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. And first
Okay.
impressions. You ready?
Right into first impressions, we got a new comic this week that I'm going to blame Joe for recommending this comic.
Yeah.
No, we're going to do it a little different though. We're doing a little different. I'm not actually going to review the comic like I usually do. We're just kind of going to. I think 4 of us read the comic. Bruce, did you read it?
No.
Okay, so 3 of us read the comic.
I didn't see that homework in the chat.
No. 3 of us. I don't even ask Dom. Dom, I'll ask him. Dom, did you read the? Okay, I knew it.
I saw the cover. I saw the cover though.
Cover.
That's like 90% of America.
So Styx read it like 5 minutes before the show, so he
Yeah.
counts. He did his homework. He crammed and got it done.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm aware.
So this was Night People, came out this week from
Oni Press.
who did this one?
Oni Press.
Oni.
Morning Press. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through a couple of criteria instead of just going through the story. Basically, this story is about 2 women who go on a killing spree in the name of a female Jesus, basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
We don't. Yeah, these 2 women from prison.
Yeah.
We don't know if they escaped from prison. I don't think they escaped. I think they were just friends in prison. They get out. They kind of wrote this manifesto of sorts while they were in prison about a female Jesus, and men are evil, so now they're out, and female Jesus wants them to kill all the men or something like that. So.
Think. Thelma and Louise meets Natural
Exactly.
Born Killers.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Thelma and Louise, but yeah, crossing that with Natural Born Killers is perfect. So cover appeal, we've got the A cover there, going left to right there. We got the A cover, we got the B cover, and then we got a 1 in 20 version of the B cover, C cover, D cover, and then I guess a 1 in 30 of what I guess we'll call the E cover. What do you guys think about the covers?
I like it. I think the 1 in 20 and the trade dress of that, I think that's a Joel Jones cover, which I like. I didn't mind the A cover. The A cover was catchy enough for me. I was like, okay, well, this is going to be horror type book, and it was kind of clear from the cover what I was going to get. They weren't hiding anything on the cover.
I pretty much like all these covers except for the C cover, I guess. The one.
Yeah,
in the middle.
it's a little rough, but then once you read it, you're like, oh yeah, everyone's ugly inside the book.
Yeah, so we're gonna. Speaking of that, speaking of what's going on inside the book, we have the. Whoops, sorry, I'll drive it. I'll drive it. We have the internal art, which is very. I think Joe described this. So I'm kind of stealing Joe's description. He described it as gritty. I was going to say maybe a little pulpy. I don't know.
It's gritty and pulpy. Yes.
Is shitty a description?
It's the art. I don't know. I think the art is interesting, but it is, even obviously our 2 characters are no masterpieces. I think they're drawn to kind of be a little on the ugly side. But even the characters in here that are supposed to be hot, like we have the lady up there with her stuff hanging out, and then the lady in the dress.
Turkey's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're drawn to be a little rough around the edges too. So I kind of the art was interesting. I like the art.
The art wasn't bad. Just the people aren't attractive that are drawn in here, but the art isn't bad.
Do you remember what I said about the one girl? I said, "Is this a girl, really ugly girl, or is that a cross-dressing man?" Because I couldn't tell the difference with the art.
They could not tell if it was a man or a woman.
It was hard to tell just in general reading until you got a little more into the story, and then you kind of understood what was going on. There's a lot of characters in this book, so now it's.
I thought the writing was also interesting. Some of the I picked out a couple of my favorite little phrases. I'd pee my pants in a whore's hurry.
Yeah, it was some good dialogue.
It was
a good one. Use a man needing a ringer for squeezing meat from a muskrat. One says, "Have some tits with grits."
Yeah. I like that one. That one made me laugh.
Let's see. And then this is basically sums it up. The female side is about to destroy the male side, who has done everything wrong. So that's kind of their inspiration in this, why they're doing what they're doing. And then the closing panel is basically sure as shit, some righteous bitches out there.
It was. I was paced fine. There were just a lot of characters. I enjoyed the writing that was in it. I'm interested to see where it goes. It was definitely interesting. They weren't holding anything back. I want to read the next issue to see whether what they're doing is for shock value or there was graphic
art, scenes, whatever you want to call it. So so Joe's already said, so interesting story, yes or no?
Yeah, I thought I thought there were too many characters introduced in the first issue. It's because it's so kind of all over and you're trying to figure out what's going on. They're introducing all these characters, so it took a while for me to get my bearings in the book to figure out, okay, that's who this person is. That's who this person is. That's who this person is.
Kevin's getting a little ahead of us. Hang on there, Kevin. We're actually going to ask that question here in a minute. That's good. So yeah, I thought it was an interesting story. Interesting. Styx, you thought it was man?
I give it kind of middle of the road. I mean, I'm interested to see where it's kind of going. The art was just not my usual art.
A little too
bare bones, really. Not so much interesting. I mean, some of the panels were all right. So, like some of the macabre pics that they had, but then you get the people, and the people are like you're walking into a place where they all got hit with bats.
Waffle House.
Or a Waffle House. Yeah.
Waffle House at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So that takes you to the next slide. Keep reading, yes or no, Joe? Keep reading, yes or no?
Yeah, I want to, because I just don't
reading.
I just don't know where they'll take this story.
Yeah.
And there's other characters that are brought in that have significant amount of storyline who haven't been looped in to what's actually going on there. So I'll keep reading to see when all those characters collide, to see where they take that.
Mm-hmm.
Styx, you said yes too, right?
I said yes to keep reading, and I'm interested.
I'm going to be the only no. Then go ahead and tell us why. I'm going to be the only no. I'm unless you guys sell me on issue 2, tell me I should keep reading this. I'm a no.
You got everything you pretty much needed out of the first issue.
I just don't know if I want to keep reading about. I mean, like you. Well, I'll just take it to the next slide. Was this original or was it a bit familiar? At first, I thought, okay, it's original, but then listening to Joe talk, I'm like, yeah, it is Thelma and Louise. So is that an original idea, mixing Thelma?
It's actually happening in real life. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like I mean, I see where they drew some inspiration from, definitely, but I don't know. It's not normally my cup of tea. If I hadn't read the first one, I probably wouldn't have picked this up and thought about picking it up. but because I read the first one, I'm a little intrigued to see where they just go with the second one. Normally, I'll give a book 2 to 3 issues before I'm like, okay, I've had enough. So I'll see where I'll read at least the next one to see where they turn it. But I think it was a bit familiar, but at the same time, it was colorful enough that I enjoyed it. There was enough originality in that writing for a comic with some of the lines that they had in there that made me laugh, that I was like, okay, I can read this and enjoy this.
Yeah, the writing was fine. I mean, like you said, there were a few extra characters that, it seems like they're kind of bunching in the one. I mean, it was a long book, quite frankly.
Yeah,
I mean, it was 31 pages of book. So, I mean, it was a good, decent sized read.
Yeah.
But
how much was the book?
$7? Was it $7? $6.99?
I'm not even sure what the cover on it was.
I'm not even sure.
Because I read it online, but it's only press, so
yeah. I'm all right with it.
it's expensive.
I'm with Joe. If after 3 issues, if there's not a clear cut, this is kind of where we can kind of see where they're going with it, type of thing.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'd drop it.
Yeah, if the tone of the second one feels like, oh, they're just doing more of the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In terms of the 2 lead characters just being the way they were in this book, then I might be like, they'll have to rush to some type of conflict or give me more on some of those other characters. For me to stick around after
slide. The final question gets to Kevin's comment earlier. Optionability. Do you see this? Everything gets optioned, so I think you almost have to lean to yes, but I don't know.
I don't see this being. I don't see it being a big. Like I can't see Netflix or any of the bigger streamers taking it, but I could see it on Shudder
or Chiller, yeah.
Yeah, I
Really?
could easily see a channel like that taking something like this. And
I don't know. Netflix maybe. Netflix likes obscure friggin' movies and shows, so
that's true.
I can see Netflix. Other ones, nah. Disney, hell no.
Oh yeah.
Disney,
I just threw this graphic up there because that's all I could find. But
yeah,
like Netflix, Shudder. What was the other one you mentioned? Styx.
Chiller.
Chiller. The ones that kind of have the horror, thriller genres on them.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get a Terrifier, why can't we get this movie?
Yeah, true.
And sorry, not just one Terrifier. There's a whole Terrifier universe.
Yeah. I can't wait for 3. It's coming out in November, I think. November.
But I mean,
wait, you can watch that, but you can't sleep with the lights off? I'm just
kidding. I can't sleep with them on.
I don't know. Like I said, it was a decent book. It didn't knock my socks off, but it's all right.
Yeah.
It was better than the other book we were going to read.
Oh God, yeah.
Thank you, Tack, for falling on that grenade this week and choosing that as one of your books to review.
What book?
The Golgotha.
Something monster.
The Monsters of Golgotha, or
they talked about it on
Mountain Monster.
Wow. Yeah,
it was that IDW book that was just kind of all over the place. But thank you, Tack, because we were between that and this book for this week, and you guys jumped on that grenade and took that shit show book, so we didn't have to.
So, we're out.
Yeah.
Very good.
All righty. It's time for trivia.
I will be right back. I'm not going to miss this.
Well, you're just backing out because I haven't seen BK yet.
Well, I thought I had 20. I thought I had at least 3 or 4 minutes, but I forgot. We changed. Did we change things up?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle here today.
Okay, all right. I haven't seen BK, so I don't know how this is going.
I'm just saying, yeah.
And
your ace in the hole's gone here, everybody.
Your newest one this week. There you go, Styx. That's your newest one.
Oh, that looks familiar. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't place where I was that day, but
Styx with a mustache.
It's happened.
So tonight, take it away, Styx.
All right, so tonight we've got some trivia, some slight comic book key trivia issue type stuff. We'll see how Jedi performs under this.
Yeah.
I might
I'm
have done this
nervous.
one.
I'm working the slides, so it'll go a little smoother.
Yeah, Joe's got the slides tonight, so there's no
What?
56K problem tonight. So
No technical
No
difficulties.
unintentional intermission.
no unintentional intermission. So all right, let's go on to the next slide there. Let's begin. I guess you didn't put that one there. Okay. Question number 1. In which book is the first full appearance as Adam Warlock? Is it Marvel Premiere number 1, Fantastic Four number 67, Thor number 165, or Fantastic Four number 66?
A.
This feels like a trick question.
I know it's
No,
Fantastic
it's him.
Four.
Him
I
is
don't
in
know any-
67.
I suck at this shit. I know it's a Fantastic Four book, though.
Yeah. Well, no, his first appearance of him is in the Fantastic Four. So his first appearance as Adam Warlock.
Terry
Probably
Flack,
is,
Planet
Oh,
Comics
you
series.
son of a bitch. I forgot about that.
Yeah, probably.
It's A. God damn it.
Hey, it's gonna definitely be A, not Thor.
Jedi's lost. BK's not here today.
I keep looking for him in the chat.
Is he?
It's
Thank you,
reflex.
Terry.
I keep looking over there.
All righty.
All right.
It-
Crap.
Hey,
I was gonna say 1. Okay.
you see the Fantastic Fours? It was him. It was him.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
He did not get the.
Same
Thor-
as
and Thor
same
was the
as the
cocoon.
yeah,
See-
same as in Thor 165. He is the full first appearance as him.
Intentionally
No.
difficult. If you would have put the cover up there, I could have
What?
picked out the cover.
Why would I put the cover up there first?
I think that would give away the question.
That definitely would give away the question. All right, question
You
number
could have
2.
blurred out the title. I still would have got it.
Let's go.
All right, question number 2. Aunt May received superpowers in one of these books. Which is it?
Oh, I know this.
Amazing
You
Fantasy
should.
number 15,
All right, I'm going to the restroom.
Marvel Team Up 137, Amazing Spider-Man number 400, or Strange Tales 97.
isn't it B?
B. Marvel Team of 137.
Did somebody block BK? Is that what's going on?
I didn't do anything. Don't. I didn't block anybody. Don't even
B.
try
I
and
did.
blame me.
I think Matt blocked them last week.
Is he still blocked?
Alrighty.
I don't know.
Terry Floyd pulling out all the Fiction House titles tonight. All righty. Everybody got their guesses in?
You okay,
All
Doc?
right.
I hear
Moving on.
Sirens.
Answer is Marvel Team Up number 137. Aunt May gets cosmic powers from Galactus to become the Golden Oldie.
There it is. That's a great
Oh.
cover.
For all you
Fantastic cover.
speculators out there, Sony wanted to do an Aunt May movie.
They did. They did for a
did.
long time now.
I know.
Yeah, well, since they got the property.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
you get your
sometimes
Franklin
it feels
Richards
like a
and
what-
your Aunt May.
Feels like a what if show sometimes.
This one might be a little harder. We'll see. Question number 3.
Okay.
The Venom symbiote once bonded with Mary Jane. Is it true or is it false?
That is
On the
true,
cover
sir.
of a comic, I think true. I think true. It was on a cover. I know that for a fact, the Mary J cover. But I don't
Well,
Let it be
Is it
noted for the record. I said true before Dom did. I'm not just copying Dom.
I didn't hear Bruce chime in.
Sorry, I said true.
You said true.
That Aunt May
Really?
book was the fun. It's Assistant Editors Month.
Yes.
From Marvel, which they
Does
had
it
a
count
few
for
of those,
covers?
which were fun.
Yes. It counts for covers, so it should be true.
It's gotta be true.
I don't know if
Maybe.
covers count.
What?
All right. Let's go on to the answer. The answer is
Son of a-
false.
I don't trust you or the shout.
Mary Jane had never had a
Ah, come
symbiote
on,
in
Sticks.
the
A
main
cover
timeline.
counts as an appearance.
Yeah.
Can we start? Can we
Cover
get somebody
art
to
is
start
not
fact
a
checking?
storyline. Cover art is not a storyline. She can have a Venom symbiote in a cover, but if she hasn't had it in the storyline, it's false. It's false
Then why did they put it on the cover?
because
Exactly.
they just wanted to sell a cover.
Uh,
Oh, I know it's hard to believe. Hard to believe. All right, question number 4. Daredevil's yellow suit
Daredevil
last
yellow number
appearance
6.
was in which issue? Daredevil number 300, Daredevil yellow number 6, Captain America number 328, or Daredevil number 6.
Daredevil number 6.
Number 6.
Are you sure it's not Daredevil yellow number 6 for
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You know, the answer might be Daredevil yellow because somebody took a yellow marker and marked the cover yellow.
Well, then again, you can't trust Styx's freaking trivia. It might
No.
be something totally different.
No. We found that out the first time Styx did trivia that you can't trust.
There you go.
Before you
throw
move
this
on,
curveball.
before you move on to the answer,
Yeah.
I just want to. I need a judge to judge this. Come on, really? Come on.
That's cover art only,
Bull
That's
crap.
not in
Bull
story.
crap.
not in story.
Not in story.
Not in story.
That's the
Shenanigans.
question should have been asked on the thing, not in story.
Well, how
All
else
right.
am I going to get you guys to argue?
Jeez.
Everyone got their votes in here.
Yeah,
yep,
double
yep.
D.
Boom.
Do it.
Answer is Daredevil number 6.
Yes.
It's the last issue that he officially uses the yellow suit.
So obvious, even Styx couldn't make it.
All right. Here's the penultimate question here, the peak to resistance. Which of these books is the first time we see Wolverine? Is it Marvel Premiere number 19, Hulk 180, Daredevil-
Nobody answered this.
number 115, or D, both A and C?
It is B.
Oh, the silence is deafening in this room
B.
today.
It is B.
A and C.
It's B. 180.
It better be B, or else I'm never.
A and
again.
C. Marvel value stamp.
Nope. It's not the value stamp.
Nope.
It can't be. It's story in
No,
story.
it has to be in the story.
In story.
All right.
Jedi said this in the past. You got to read my questions really good.
All right, so you're wanting us to key in on the word C.
Do I?
I know you are, because you've got this evil shit-eating grin on your face.
Oh, Jesus. Sound like my father. Get that shitty grin.
So,
I got an answer from somebody. She was possessed by the Carnage Queen. God damn it. That's a symbiote.
That's Carnage.
That's Carnage, not Venom.
It's part of Venom, damn it. It's like Venom's child, damn it. I'm taking that answer.
Venom's
I'm
sperm.
right. In
All
story.
right. Let's do it.
All right. The answer is D. There was a Hulk ad in both
but
Marvel
this is
Premiere
not
19.
story.
and
There's
Daredevil
actually
1.
in 3. There's also one in a Thor.
Thor.
There's 3 books that had the preview in it, which is a great preview, by the way. It is a fantastic preview ad for Wolverine.
You guys
And
should
you actually-
never take the obvious answer with Styx.
What did you say?
Bullshit. Come on, Styx, man.
One week, Jedi goes, if there's a choice for A and whatever, you should always take that because that's usually the answer. But he didn't
Yeah.
take it.
But the three
Value
books,
stamps.
the 3 books that the preview are in,
Yeah, Thor 1 2.
if you list it noting the preview, you can sell that book for a little bit of a premium. But a lot of times, if you're just digging through boxes, that book just sits untouched.
Yep.
normally pretty cheap if people don't understand what's in it. It's not a huge premium on it, but it's enough of a premium if you can get this book for a couple bucks, either Marvel Premiere, or Daredevil, or the
if you can get some Wolverine collectors to pin in on it, you'll sell it for a good price.
Yeah.
So.
No, I picked these up a handful of years back because I was like, oh, that'll mean something to somebody at some point.
Oh yeah.
Because like I said, it's not a small thing. It's a nice size little ad, and you actually get the name,
a quarter
and
page
the
almost.
character. Yeah,
almost a quarter page.
So,
yeah. Well, thank you for playing, gentlemen. Until we meet again next week.
I'm not coming.
I debated not coming. Not coming back.
I'm not coming back. I'm done after this. Shenanigans with that Mary Jane answer. I was right.
I'm glad, Bruce, for you finally recognized that he is a swindler.
Mm-hmm.
He is shifty as about the F-ball.
He's a scoundrel.
Scoundrel.
And in the immortal words of Batman from 1966, Joker, you fiend lawyer, you.
His new villain name will be Mr. Malarkey, because that was Malarkey.
now that we have our blood flowing well, we can get into the Battle of the Keys. This will be a fun segment where we're going to look at Marvel key and a DC key from approximately the same ages that are somewhat equivalent in at least price, and just kind of debate out which might be the better book to have. First on our list.
Oh, jeez.
They're big boy books. We start with Golden Age, and you're starting with Golden Age. You're starting with big boy books.
Yeah.
You got Captain America 1, which was when this was before Marvel. This was Timely, which becomes Marvel. So to include some Marvel type stuff in Golden Age, we had to do Timely. And then, of course, Action Comics #1. This is actually the Rocket copy. It's known as the Rocket copy because it has that stamp that somebody put on it of the Rocket. So
Red Rocket.
It is notated and known as the Rocket copy of Action Comics #1.
Okay.
So a 9.4 pedigree on 2022 sold for $3.12 million.
Woo.
This book has
a lot of war bonds.
Yeah, exactly. This book has the first appearance of Cap, Bucky, Red Skull. You got Simon and Kirby story and art. It is a big boy book. Action, we're going to look at a 6.0 because rarefied air for anything higher than this in an action still went in 2022 for $3.12 million. So in this, of course, we got our first Superman, Lois Lane, Jonathan Martha Kent, got Siegel and Schuster stories and art, 2 seminal comic books that will always probably be in the top 5 of comic books of all time.
Those books, the prices for those books, you can get many of those fake Kali outfits. $14,000.
You can get all those crosses on your jeans.
Exactly.
A lot of cross jeans. So, gentlemen, if you had your druthers and had to choose one of these to hold on to, or one of these to purchase, which one would it be and why?
I'll go first. Superman, of course, because Captain America is a boring ass character.
That's right.
Superman is known and loved, and
you're just saying that because AOA is not in the chat.
If he was in the chat, I'm like, oh, AOA, Captain America. But Superman is much more known around the world. His theme song is beloved. This comic
theme song
has the theme. The Superman theme song. Come on, this comic has a lot more room to grow than that Captain America. And it's just the iconic cover of. They're both iconic, but Superman lifting a car has been homaged millions of times by every freaking retailer. It seems.
That's true.
Yeah, and I do.
Cap does
Everybody loves that punching a Nazi cover, but
he's not punching a Nazi. He's punching Hitler.
Oh, Hitler.
He's punching
Damn.
Hitler.
Where the hell have you been, Brucifer? That covers all over the damn place.
I don't care about Captain America.
We don't care about you. There you go. Mute him.
And faster than a speeding bullet, able to leap buildings in a single bound. Come on, Superman, all the way from me.
How fake is that in reality?
What are you talking about over here?
You can make a superhero. Steroids is a super.
Wait a minute. Calm down.
Serum.
Calm down.
Yeah.
If you think about it, realistic, fake.
Yeah. Steroids don't stop a bullet. Are we how are we doing this before Dom takes us off the rails? We had to reorganize the entire Star Wars show because Dom will take you off the rails. So just be careful with Dom.
Truly, these are all opinion choices. There is no right or wrong answer. And for some of these, one can have different reasons. One reason might be, okay, I think this has room to grow, or this one's overpriced, so I wouldn't choose this one.
Okay, Styx. What do you think?
So
I'm actually keeping track. I'm going to see who wins here.
All right. So I like Captain America. I'm not going to say I don't, but I think Superman gets more
Styx
play.
doesn't want Captain America to get mad at him, so he goes, "I like you."
Yeah, it's not you, it's me.
Captain America apologist.
Yeah, but I think Superman gets more play with his media, right? So we get more movies with Superman. We don't get as many movies with Captain America. DC is pretty good about pushing him out there into the public and keeping him at the forefront to be their number one superhero.
Movies, you're meaning like even animated stuff they do, correct?
Anything, yeah, any kind of media, I mean, they've even gone back and done an audiobook on the Sirius XM or whatever it was there a little while ago, where they went back
So
and
I
they
believe
did
what
some.
you're saying is you're voting for Action Comics #1.
I'm voting for Action Comics #1. I think it's got the better upscale to it than Captain America does too, but I think Action Comics will always nudge it out in the end.
All right, Dom,
and
what about you?
I remember the grade. Look at the grades as well, and take those into account as well. So
right
now, okay, aside, Superman Action Comic #1 is the better and smarter investment if you really think about it. That book has gone up tremendously, no matter how many different Supermans we have. Superman is well known, and look, both characters are well known. But if you look at investment wise, Superman Action Comics definitely is a way to go. If you want more realistic, Captain America, but I would definitely go for the Action Comics #1 because that #1, the iconic cover with the him holding the car, and it really is a good book. And if anybody saw that video with the sheik from Saudi Arabia who had the vault, he opened up the thing and he had Action Comics #1.
Yeah.
So Dom says Action Comics 1.
If you open your vault and you have Action Comics #1, that's some big dick energy. It's some serious big dick energy.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, both of these books are big boy books.
All right, but I'm going to give my vote real quick, and then Joe, let you wrap it up because I think it's already clear Superman's going to win this round because he's already up 3-0. I, however, just for the sake of devil's advocate a little bit, am going to take Captain America Comics #1. And here's why. I think it's more of, so somebody said in the chat earlier that this is a this is you're showing off, you're flexing your muscles when you purchase either one of these. You're going to want people to see this comic. You're going to want people to ask you about this comic. A lot of people know Action Comics #1. They know what it is. It's a 6.0. More 6.0s might be out there. I don't know. I don't know the census. I don't know. So they know it, but they're going to see that Captain America #1. They're going to say that's going to grab them for several reasons. One, as Joe brought up, the Hitler.
Yeah.
They're not as familiar with it, so they're more likely to ask you questions about it. Everybody knows Action Comics. Even the novices know Action Comics 1 is first appearance of Superman. Not everybody knows that Captain America #1 is necessarily the first appearance of Captain Bucky, Red Skull. So I think they may ask more questions. And it's a 9.4. A 9.4 from 1941. How many of those? I haven't looked at the census, but how many of those can there be?
Yeah,
Can't be that many.
There's 2 or 3. There's not many.
So I'm going to go with that one just to avoid the skunk, but it's already decided, I think. But anyway, Joe.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I like higher graded Golden Age stuff just because it's more rarefied air in terms of census numbers. But Action Comics just has that it just has that swagger to it. I mean, both of these books are solid books. It's not like one of these books is going to collapse or majorly outperform one of the other. But I think just from a worldwide recognition of a book, Action Comics #1 will always, be one of those,
So that's the one you would
top
choose.
3. Yeah, for this one, I would choose
each sitting right in front of you. You're going to grab the Action Comics #1.
Yeah, I personally like the Captain America book better, personally. But from an investment standpoint, if I had to choose one to have in a collection at these dollar values, I think Action Comics. I think it's recession proof. I don't see Action Comics ever going down in price. I don't necessarily see the Captain America going down in price, but I think Action Comics will always kind of slowly appreciate significant time. The Captain America, it might sit at that level. It's a great book, and that's a huge amount of money. But I could see that book possibly sitting there, slowly appreciating a little bit, whereas Action Comics could always just take
Action Comics is going to go up every time they reboot Superman. So okay, got it.
Yeah, because the cover is so iconic. It just has it is probably one of the most recognizable comics.
All right, fair enough. So Action Comics for the win.
Yep. Next on our list, we have Marvel Comics 1, which is also a timely book, and Detective 27, which is the first Batman. Now, tail of the tape here, that Marvel Comics 1 was 1939, as was Detective Comics 27. But for Marvel, we have a 9.2 that sold in 2022 for $2.4 million. This book does give us the origin of Submariner. You get an introduction of the Human Torch and Kazar. It's again a highly recognizable thing where you're really seeing Marvel Comics for the first time, even though it's a timely title. And it is a 9.2, which is a high grade for a book from 1939. Detective, of course, it's hard to pass up Deck 27. 6.5 sold in May of 2022 for $1.75 million. Of course, it's first appearance of Batman. You also get the first appearance of James Gordon, but it's first appearance of Batman. And you can see the census numbers. I mean, there's the 9.2. It's the highest up there, and there's only one. A 6.5 for Deck 27. There's only 6 on the census, but it's Detective 27. So
All right.
have at it, boys.
So we're going to reverse it this time, if everybody don't mind. I'll go first, then Dom, and we'll take it up, and Bruce will round it out. I'm actually going to kind of go a little different way than I went with the last one. Remember the last one, I liked the fact that, again, you're going to want people to see these. You're going to want to flex your muscles. You're going to want people to ask you about it. And certainly people are not going to be as familiar with the Marvel Comics one as they are with the DC 27, because it's just, they don't know what it is. But I'm a big fan of characters on the cover. I like, if you're going to show these things off, this thing's graded, you're going to want to show off the slab. I don't know who that is on the cover. I don't think it's Submariner on the Marvel number one.
Human Torch. Human Torch.
So, for this one, I'm going to go DC 27 just because it's got Batman on the cover. It is iconic, and I just think it's just a cooler cover. So, for me, for different reasons, I'm reversing course, and I'm actually going to say DC 27 would be my choice.
Detective.
And I'm sorry, I do say timely there. It's not timely, of course. It's DC, but unlike Bruce, I don't have a editor for my slides.
Oh, I was just abbreviating. Sorry, Detective.
But yeah, it's okay. I'll go next. I love Marvel Comics 1 as Golden Age collector. I love Marvel Comics 1, but Detective 27 it's a panty dropper. It's a panty dropper book. Plain and simple.
For the nerds.
It for anybody. It's a big boy book, and it's the first Batman. Even though the prices on these, that Marvel Comics 1 and a 9.2 is a book that will appreciate well over time, but so will Detective 27, even at a 6.5. It's just going to keep going up, and it's the first Batman of any character. Like I said all the time, Spider-Man for Marvel, Batman for DC. It's always the best seller. Batman is always the best selling title, and always carries the cachet for DC. Spider-Man does for Marvel. So, Deck 27 for me.
Dom?
Bruce? Dom?
Oh.
Sorry.
No,
reverse order. Yeah, reverse order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so knowing that Marvel Comics, the first appearance of Marvel in comic books as itself, bringing the Marvel characters into the new frontier of comic books back in 1939. But the origin character of Namor, the origin character of Human Torch, and you have the first Khazar, first Tarzan. Give or take, Batman is an iconic character.
Yeah.
And anything you put Batman on sells. If you go and you have a choice of picking books, 9 out of 10 people will probably pick the Detective Comics, the comic books, because of the first appearance of Batman. And Marvel, like I said, Marvel books are fantastic, but every time they come out with a Batman movie, every time Batman's in a cartoon, a toy, Batman is, like you said, Joe, Spider-Man sells for Marvel.
Yep.
Batman sells for DC. But Spider-Man's not in the first timely book.
Nope.
Got to go with Detective Comics 27. Have to.
Good call.
Styx?
I'm gonna probably sound like a broken record because I'm gonna say the same thing I said about Superman. The Batman is the forefront, like Superman, for DC Comics. They put him out there more than even I know Marvel's kind of new at the whole movie game, but DC has always had TV shows and movies and books and other type of, like I said before. So Batman, again, one of their prized characters, like Marvel, we've said a couple times already, like their Spider-Man, so I would go Detective Comics on this one. Marvel Comics, aside from like maybe the Kazar story in that, none of those other characters really interest me, really. So I really wouldn't push for that to buy that one anyway. So Batman for me.
Bruce.
I'm
Marvel
not gonna. Everything about this book has already been said. I'm just gonna add DC Yellow Pops from Golden Age
Oh yeah,
on covers.
Batman especially. Batman yellow covers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in the immortal words of Wolverine, "Nuff said, bub." Detective 27 for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see what I did there?
I agree with Terry.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I agree with what Terry's saying. We put numbers up here because it's fun to talk numbers and it's all jaw dropping at times. But yeah, whoever's buying this, I don't think you're necessarily buying this to make money. I think you're buying this to flex your muscles and to impress people.
Yeah.
When people spec on books, they're not looking at Detective Comic for spec.
No. And again, as we move through these, that's why we start with Golden Age and work towards modern.
Well, look, if you think about this, the Marvel Comics, right? Human Torch is not even Human Torch.
It's not Johnny. It's not Johnny.
No, it's the Tor. It's the what's his name? The robot. So if you think about it, Batman, you show a kid each cover, he's going to point to Batman 9 out of 10 times because Batman. I'm just telling. And like you said, the covers do pop.
Yeah. It's definitely recognizable, and like I said, I mean these are investment books that both do fantastic and well. This is this is just one of those ones where Deck 27 is just so iconic that everybody knows it and everybody sees it and can easily understand what it is. The Marvel Comics one, I know I salivate over it, but a lot of just random people see it and they don't understand what's in it. It's harder to explain what's in it. Well, it's Human Torch, but it's not really the Human Torch that it's it's not an easy book to explain. Deck 27.
Yeah.
DC carrying the first two. Bruce asked
for the sweep.
Next. Got Fan 4-1 versus Showcase 4, the first Silver Age book. And Fantastic Four is the first book under the Marvel title. So you have the first Marvel book and the first Silver Age book, which is also your introduction to Silver Age Flash, Barry Allen. All right, so for Fan 4, of course, we get the first appearance of the Fan 4 and the first comic published under the Marvel name. I went with a 4.0, which went in 4 of 2023 for $22,999. So about $23,000 for a 4.0. Showcase 4 in December of 2023 went for $17,000. And again, this is first Silver Age Flash, Barry Allen, also the first. DC always carries the title. DC seems to set the ages, DC books. So again, this is considered the birth of the Silver Age and the first Silver Age book. So again, we got comparables in terms of both 4.0s. Fan 4, a little more expensive. Showcase sitting at 17, which is down from 2022 highs where it got almost to around 23,000. Yeah, Fan 4's down a bit too, but seems to be coming back. So, all right, where are we starting?
Such a hard choice.
And the choices get harder as we go on. As we get to more modern stuff, the choices become harder.
Full full disclosure, I recently purchased a Fantastic Four #1 golden reprint.
Is that the one with the record?
Yeah, the golden reprints from 1966. Those are the next best things to being able to afford the original Fantastic Four.
It's true.
And Amazing Spider-Man 1, Journey into Mystery 83, and Avengers 4 are the 4 reprints if people didn't know.
Yep.
God, I hate Barry Allen. Hate Barry Allen, but love the book. Love that Fantastic Four book. This is so hard, actually.
Yeah, this one was a little tougher.
Can I pick up both?
Yeah.
But I will say this: the showcase started Silver Age. It started Marvel. I mean, DC's new way of putting comic books out there, unlike the Golden Age, which was weird and bizarre.
Yes.
A lot of it, and this was more of the times. It was moving away from being silly and out there for the most part, except for Superboy. And then you have Fantastic Four, the first Marvel family. I think I'm gonna have to go with Fantastic Four #1.
Styx.
So, as much as I'll appreciate Flash and what he did for the DC universe, that wouldn't be something I would gravitate to anyway. The $17,000 sale, man, I think I would still hold off. I think it might actually drop a little bit more in the next coming years. I don't think they're going to be redoing any kind of Flash movie anytime soon or TV show. So that might become a dead spot for the character. Animated, they're always going to do animated, but I don't think that moves comic book needles that very much. Fantastic Four, on the other hand, hasn't had much in the way of media. We had the couple of Fox movies, the redo Fox movie, possibility that we're still getting the Fantastic Four Disney movie coming out. I mean, that's pretty much set in stone, I think. And of course, the my favorite, the Corrigan, not Corrigan, Roger Corman movie.
Yes.
I love that movie. It's like
It's
a
fun.
good cheese movie.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. I think this book has plenty of room to pick up, and at $22,000, I think you could probably get a good bump on it in the next coming years with the new movie coming out, because everyone's going to be clamoring for it. And so I'd pick Fantastic Four.
Who's next on the list?
Dom.
There.
Yeah, down.
Yeah, so I'd definitely go for Fantastic Four. And I'm going to piggyback off Styx, because some of the stuff that Styx said I was going to say. But if this new movie comes out and it's a hit, this book is going up. It's actually a bargain right now for $22,999 if you really think about it, for the 4.0. But you can honestly say if Disney does hit it out of the park with this Fantastic Four, this book will definitely go up a lot more. Right now, the last Flash movie didn't do as well, and it kind of actually hurt. It did hurt the Flash a little bit, even though the TV show was good. Still, I think even though with the misses that the Fantastic Four did have in the last
Couple decades.
the last decade,
All the movies?
all the movies, I really think if Disney does hit it out of the park with this time, this book will definitely shoot up.
Mhm.
So Fantastic Four #1 all the way, and plus you got a lot of great first appearances in this. The Mole Men, you got the Fantastic Four, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on in that book. Definitely.
Yeah, it is nice.
For me, when I was looking at the choices earlier and going through it, I was going until this very moment. I was going to pick Showcase number 4 because
You've been
I
swayed.
like the cover more. I actually do not like the Fantastic Four cover. I don't like it. I don't know what's going on.
It's not a good cover.
No, it's not.
But for the same reason everyone else has said, I just think it just seems to be, at least right now, it seems to be a more important book. So for that reason, I will take Fantastic Four number 1. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah, this is a very tough one, because the Flash, it is the Flash. It's a recognizable character, but he's not Batman. He's not Superman. The Fantastic Four is the first family of Marvel, but again, it's not the X-Men, it's not Spider-Man, but it is the beginning of Marvel as we know it. Again, both books will always kind of hold the cachet in the market. Like I said, Showcase 4 being the first Silver Age book carries a lot of weight as well, with that as well as it being the first Barry Allen. But I don't know. I think in the short term, Fan 4 has to take it, just because I think it just has more. It has more heat behind it right now. And I mean, Showcase 4 has always been a top book in terms of one of those books that's on the list. Fan 4 has always been up there too, but Fan 4 titles kind of, they kind of ebb and flow. And I said, if this movie does well, it might bring them back to the forefront and put some heat, some significant heat behind this. On these lower graded Silver Age as well, sometimes you can see some weird jumps in these. So I'll go with Fan 4. All right. Is that everybody?
I think so. Believe so.
All right. Fan 4.
Sweep.
Somewhere Marco's yelling at us for not taking Showcase 4. Next up. DC, let me tell you, DC gets harder and harder as you go on, and the keys get a little weird for DC. But Amazing Fantasy 15, of course, for Spider-Man, and Brave and Bold 28, first Justice League. The old tail of the tape here. So for Amazing, now this is where it gets a little interesting. So for AF15, it's a 2.5, so it's a low grade. It just sold this month for just under 21,000, or just under 22,000, which is, it's pretty much, it's a little below. That sale was a little bit below where it sold before, but overall, AF15s sell a lot. This is a book you will see sell significantly. So, I mean, if you look down at some of the last sales that are there, there's a handful of sales in 2023 that are there, another sale in January, and they're all pretty much range from, almost 25,000 to almost 22,000. It's a pretty tight range. On the Brave and the Bold side, we have an 8.0. So you have a higher graded book, and it in 2017 there was a bit of an aberration where it went up, but it took a dip for a while under 20,000, and it's kind of made that resurgence back at this
I
grade.
wonder why.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Justice League.
Yeah. So, okay, boys, what do you think? Which one you taking?
Jedi?
I'm gonna start.
I mean, this is either we need to. this is the easy one for me. Amazing Fantasy 15, all day, any day, even at a 2.5 over an 8.0. I mean, another cover, the Justice League or the Brave and the Bold, another cover that I do not like. I didn't even know what that's. I mean, keep in mind, I'm not as in depth and knowledgeable about comic books as a lot of you. Most of you guys are probably every one of you. Until the last Suicide Squad movie, I didn't even know what that starfish thing was. I was like, "What the fuck is this on this thing?" I was like, I didn't know what it was.
Poor Star.
So
it's no love.
I never liked that. Cause another cover I didn't like. So I'll just keep it short and sweet because we got a long way to go, fellas. We need to speed this up.
Yeah.
Amazing Fantasy 15. We still got 6 slides to go over these things.
Yeah.
Amazing Fantasy 15.
All right. Who's next up?
I'm gonna go.
Yep.
I'll
Go
go.
ahead, Dom.
Definitely Amazing Fantasy 15. Huge Spider-Man fan. Iconic cover, like Batman and Superman. Spider-Man, kids know Spider-Man so much, and first appearance of one of the greatest characters made in comic books. And can't go wrong. Can't go over that. Look at the prices of a 2.5.
Yep.
The lower grades are getting up there. Almost $30,000. You think about it. Poor Styx can't complete his collection because these books are definitely going up.
Get a golden record, Styx. Get a golden record.
But all kidding aside, the Justice League is a great book too. Don't get it wrong. But if people are definitely going to go for the side of Amazing Fantasies, and that's what I'll go and always go because Peter Parker, Spider-Man, my number one character.
All right, so Dom, for me, Dom hit it the nail right on the head. I don't have Amazing Fantasy. Amazing Fantasy is one of my grail books. Should I ever once in my life have the 21.6 to buy this book, I'm buying this book. So that's pure and simple out of need, want, and love of the character. I would be buying the Amazing Fantasy 15. The Justice League book, I like the cover. I like the Justice League. A couple of those characters are, you got Aquaman who can talk to fish.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
He loves
Watch
fish.
it.
He loves fish.
Yeah.
Sushi.
He'll show you the real seaman of the sea.
Well, I don't want to swim in his backwater. So, Amazing Fantasy 15 for me.
Would that be me?
That'd be you, Bruce, and you're up.
I'm going with Justice League.
Surprise,
Raven the
surprise.
Bold 28 because it's the only book here that I'll be able to actually afford in a lower grade. It's no way in hell. I mean, I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan like everybody else. Peter Parker really never really did anything for me. And I do love that cover. Contrary to what Jedi says, it's a great cover. I know Batman and Superman they join the Justice League later, but I would buy this book.
All righty. This was a tough one for me because I like higher graded Silver Age DC a lot. That's mostly what's in my collection. But I got to take the AF-15. I think there's a chance that Brave and Bold could pop significantly more in the short term. So from a money standpoint, I think you could get a weird pop on that Brave and Bold 28 because it feels a little undervalued. But AF-15, any grade, will just consistently appreciate forever. It's bulletproof. So AF-15. All right. Let's move it. Now we got giant size X-Men. against House of Secrets 92, first Swamp Thing. I know it's a weird matchup, but price-wise, House of Secrets is worth more money. Giant Size X-Men, a 9.6 sold on February 2024 for about 10 grand. It was a best offer, but it was around 10 grand, which is where pretty much a 9.6 is. But you know, you're getting your first Colossus, first Storm, Nightcrawler, Thunderbird. You get the second appearance of the X-Men, or first appearance of the new X-Men team. You get your second Wolverine. First Wolverine is an X-Men. There's a lot going for that book in there. House of Secrets, you're getting the first Swamp Thing. It's pretty rights and cover. This book is, I know people look at it and laugh, and it was like, you're going to compare that to the X-Men, but at a 9.4, it sells for, you know, 14.4 in a 9.4. And that's a relatively recent sale from June of 2023. So have at it, boys.
Well, I'm a little biased when it comes to these two books, and that's because I actually own the House of Secrets. I love this cover. Swamp Thing is an amazing character. X-Men, I know it's Giant Size X-Men 1, first appearance of a bunch of characters, but House of Secrets 92, which is an iconic, glorious cover, which I love so much, and that is my pick.
That's fair. I'm going with House of Secrets here as well. I love Giant Size X-Men. I know it's a recognizable book, but really you're getting a first appearance of Colossus. Storm is a good first appearance. Nightcrawler is a good first appearance. Thunderbird, I don't think people care as much about. I'm not a big team appearance. The same for the Justice League. It was that Brave and the Bold. It's a real recognizable book, but it's not any of their first appearances there. So House of Secrets, I like Swamp Thing. I know he's a niche character, but I think he has a lot of room to grow. So I'm going with House of Secrets, and that's a hard book in high grade too, because that book is rough and high grade with all that black on there, and it being a book from 1971 and a House of Secrets and stuff like that. Those books were beat to shit. So I'm going with House of Secrets. Who's up next, Jedi?
For me, I'm going to go Giant Size X-Men. I own two of them, and I hope to sell one when if the price of them ever rebound to maybe what they were during pandemic sales, because I don't think so, but maybe with the movie, who knows? I don't know how many of those things are printed too. It seems to be a lot of them out there.
A lot.
I have, not to brag, but I have two that are graded in a 9.2 that I'd be willing to part with one if I could get it. Because back
you can get the value out of
back
it.
during pandemic, a 9.2 I think was up around the $2,000 or $10,000 range, if I remember right. So
the Giant Size X-Men was hot during the pandemic. Everyone, I mean, there was one at one point. X-Men 94 was always like, oh, the X-Men 94 is the book. And then everything kind of transitioned to Giant Size X-Men being the X-Men book.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll keep it short and sweet. It's just got a great list of first appearance, second appearance characters. X-Men are just.
Will you take payment plans?
I don't know. I'll keep it just short and sweet because we're like I said, we got a ways to go. But yeah, so I'll go Giant Size X-Men. What you got, Dom? I'm just partial to it.
All right, so I was never a big X-Men fan to begin with, growing up. You know, the Swamp Thing always had a place in my heart because the original movies back in the day with Adrian Balboa,
Oh yeah, everyone loves Adrian Barbeau.
and they were pretty good, great movies back in the 80s, you know. And never really thought about first appearances, of Swamp Thing and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But if I was if I had to pick one of these books, I would go with the House of Secrets because, like I said, I'm not a big X-Men fan. I do like Wolverine. I do like some of the characters, but I'm not a fan up there like, oh my God, I need that book, like Amazing Fantasies 15. House of Secrets 92 definitely would be what I'm going for.
Styx?
So, Giant Size X-Men, House of Secrets. Oh, I will tell the a lonesome tale where I used to own a House of Secrets 92.
Ooh.
Early on, probably about like late 90s, early 2000s, and sold it. I think I sold it at that point for $500, which was good. Which was good at that point.
At that time, that was a lot. That was a good bit of
That's
money
good.
for that book.
But now that I see what it's at now, I'm thinking, yeah, I could have graded it. At that time, the grading wasn't even a thing. So,
Yeah.
I've already owned House of Secrets, so I'd probably go for Giant Size X-Men. I think there's a lot of good first appearances in there. I mean, second appearance of Wolverine, third appearance. I mean, we got those ads to look at so we can say, was it really his second appearance? Well, anyway, Giant Size X-Men, should I be able to afford it, would be a book I would want in my collection.
We start thinking that way, there's going to be a lot of disappointed owners of Darth Vader 3 out there.
Tell me about it.
All right, was that everybody? Jedi,
That's
did you?
everybody.
Yep, that's everybody.
House of Secrets 3-2. That's the closest one we've had yet.
I know where Jedi's going on this one.
No, this is easy.
So we got Marvel Spotlight 5, First Ghost Rider, versus your first Bronze Age book, which is this is Green Lantern 76 there. First team up with Green Arrow. So what we got here for Marvel Spotlight, an 8.5 sold in April of 2023. Was the best offer, so we'll just say it was around $3,400. You got your first appearance of Ghost Rider, first appearance of Johnny Blaze. Green Lantern 76, again, ushering in the Bronze Age. We got a 9.2 on February of this year, sold for $2,400. Again, it's first Bronze Age comic, and this is where the Green Arrow, Green Lantern series begins, where you have that team up. Iconic, always one of the top 10 Bronze Age books on a list. So have at it, guys.
I mean, like I'll go. I'm going to be real quick. Ghost Rider, 100%. Obviously, I have a story very similar to the one Styx just told, where I had this and I let it go, and probably my biggest regret in all of my comic book collecting is letting this thing go. That's all I'll say. If I had a chance to get it back, I absolutely would.
Yeah, it's at an 8.5. I think there's room to grow on this book. Green Lantern, that book sells for a good amount of money as well. It's a tough one because it's a big DC book. It's a big boy book for DC. But I gotta go with Spotlight 5 for me. It's First Ghost Rider.
I'll go on this one too. It's funny. I had a Ghost Rider a long time ago in my collection. I collected books back in the 80s, so I had this book in my collection. And when I got rid of my collection, I probably got rid of that a long time ago myself too. The Green Lantern I never had, but the Ghost Rider would definitely, if I had the money and if I was really deep in collecting Ghost Rider, I would definitely get the Ghost Rider book.
Yeah. I'll just add real quick, probably the coolest cover of any comic book ever. So I'll just throw it out.
It is great. All of those Marvel spotlights, that's Ghost Rider, that early Ghost Rider run had badass covers.
Yeah.
All right,
Styx?
Styx.
So this one's probably gonna surprise you. On you. For Ghost Rider, Ghost Rider's got a lot of different iterations.
Yeah, you get back to Frazetta and all that.
You know, a great book for Jedi. This is his Ghost Rider. I know
Yours
it was ever big.
Yours rides a horse.
Yeah. Mine rode a horse. Also was also called Knight Rider at one point. Careful, Bruce. For Green Lantern, I think Green Lantern right now, with the new push for DC, is going to be the way to go with this. I think if Ghost Rider gets anything, it's only going to be a small appearance, and I don't think he's going to get another movie. I don't think he's going to get any other real big push for it. But with Green Lantern, I got a whole new DC universe coming out that probably going to have Green Lantern in it.
Yeah, it's a TV show called Lanterns.
Well, the TV show aside, but I think they're gonna at some point do a movie. Right? I don't even think that. I don't even think that Lanterns.
Sons of Midnight not too long ago. Isn't
I don't
Midnight
think
Suns.
Yeah,
Midnight
I don't
Suns.
think that Lanterns series is even on the books anymore. I think they pulled that. I think
it is because they said Nathan Fillion's going to appear in it.
Well, Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
And that's not Hal Jordan. We're looking at Hal Jordan here, buddy.
No, I'm not saying it's Hal Jordan and John Stewart series.
John Stewart. Yeah. But I think Green Lantern will get a push. I think James Gunn will try and get a Hal Jordan into his universe. I think he's an old school watcher, liker in that James Gunn. So I'll pull a Green Lantern if I get a chance to buy it.
Nice.
Bruce?
I just bought one of these this past week.
Which one?
Is there any book Bruce hasn't bought?
Green Lantern 76 and an 8.0. Mind blown. I love this cover. I've always loved this cover. I can give two shits about Ghost Rider.
Hot take.
Neil Adams, glorious cover.
Yeah.
It's that price strictly for the cover. It's not because of spec, not because of a first appearance. It's strictly because of the cover art. And for it to be that close in price with Ghost Rider, it says a lot.
Yeah, it's a big boy book. People see it and it's recognizable. I don't think most people realize why it's recognizable sometimes. Whereas you see Spotlight 5 and you go, oh, that's right. And you know right away. The Green Lantern book, it's a little more mystic in terms of why it holds the price that it holds, but it's those in the know will always keep that book up there.
Yep.
All right. I don't know what we tallied at. Get through everybody.
3-2 Ghost Rider.
All right. ASM 300 versus Batman Adventures 12.
Screwed it up.
So you got your McFarlane versus your Tim. So I got a 9.6 that sold for about $1,000 this month, and you got a 9.6 that sold for about $1,000 this month. So these books are pretty even on grade and price. Pick your poison.
Well, I'll go first with this. So Venom, first appearance of Venom, first McFarlane cover. You know, it's an easy choice to a Marvel fan, but Harley Quinn has become a really iconic character. And it's funny. Both books had a significant price increase during the pandemic. Both books were almost like $3,000, like plus, right? Weren't they at one time?
Yeah,
For
Yeah.
9/8 maybe.
9/8. Yeah,
but they're both excessively liquid books. They will move at all times.
and they do move.
Agreed.
They move hands a lot.
Bastards.
The Amazing Spider-Man 300 has been reimagined over and over again with different comics, different covers, this and that. The Batgirl, the Batman book hasn't been really used a lot.
Yeah, but at the cons it has every year.
But those are just the cheap exclusives.
Yeah, I'm talking about. But every time Spider-Man comes out, a new character, they do the cover, the iconic cover. It's known a lot more out there, and So to get really quick, Amazing Spider-Man 300, definitely. I like Venom. And I think Venom. Sony would have did them better. The book would have been a much bigger buy. I'm going to go with Venom.
All right. Who's next up?
I guess I'll go. Not to brag, but
Not to brag, but
no, sometimes you hit them, you buy things at the right time, and sometimes you miss the boat. I've missed the boat a lot, so I don't really feel like I'm bragging too much.
I can see that
when I say that. I don't know if there's a double entendre there or not, but
it's me.
I have quite a few. When I say quite a few, 4, maybe 5 Spider-Man 300s graded in a 9.4. And I just picked them up at the right time before the pandemic. I don't have a single one of the Batman Adventures 12, so it's a pretty easy choice for me personally. I would go Batman Adventures 12. Not the Harley that I like. I kind of like the Margot Robbie Harley, but it is the first appearance of Harley, so it is what it is. We see with Hulk 181, there's a lot of lean to Hulk 180 being the first appearance of Wolverine, and you could say the same thing, right, for Spider-Man 299. Are we going to see the needle start moving for the first appearance of Venom in Spider-Man 299 on that last panel or whatever it was? So for that reason, I'm more likely to start. Probably not. I don't think the hobby will let that happen completely.
No.
Just like they won't really with
not for this.
181.
Not for this book.
Not for that book.
So, but because I don't have a BA12, I will take BA12 on this one because I have a handful of the 300s.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't.
Personally, I personally don't give a shit about Venom. And as a first appearance, ASM 300's a weird book. There's shit tons of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it is an extremely liquid book that holds an excessive amount of value. It's not McFarlane's first cover. It's not really Venom's first appearance. It's just one of those. This is an iconic cover. People will always buy this. It will always be recognizable, and that is what it is. It like I said, it doesn't hold in the guts of the book or anything significant that should hold it where it's at, in my opinion. But again, it's highly recognizable. It'll always sell. I'm going to choose Batman Adventures 12 just because I like a thing happening. I like a first appearance. Like I said, people could say it's the first full appearance of Venom, but you're paying for that iconic cover. That's what you're paying for an ASM 15. You're paying to see that Spidey swinging in that circle, and that's recognizable. I like Harley. I like a first appearance. It's a good, clean first appearance, and that is my Harley. That's the Harley I love as well. So
It's been homaged so many times that it's actually the original is losing its luster. To me, to be honest, I wish they would stop homaging it like continuously.
And there's
That would never happen.
I mean, remember when this came out? This was driving into the peak of the mania, in terms of print runs, in terms of a lot of books coming out. There's a lot of ASM 300s out there. I mean, looking at the census, there's a lot out there graded, and there's just as many out there that are raw, if not more. They're floating out there somewhere. I don't know. I'll stick with Batman Adventures tomorrow.
I think Styx. Did you go?
I have not gone yet. I don't have an ASM 300 graded, but I do have like 3 or 4 copies raw. None of which are in 9.6. Every time I've gotten them off of eBay or for those who can remember the old Yahoo auctions.
Oh man, it's going back.
It's going back a little bit. I would always pick them up in lots. You know, people would sell them in like a lot, and that one would be in there, and they're all kind of beat up a little bit. My high is probably, not counting the one that's in my PC, probably an 8.5 of my loose. I've never had the Batman. I wouldn't mind owning one. I like Harley enough to own her first appearance. If I got the chance, I'd get the Harley. Yeah, I'd go Harley.
You got a first appearance. You got her on the cover as well.
Yeah,
it's nice. All right. Is that everybody?
That'd be me.
No, Bruce.
Oh, we just figured you were going to choose Batman Adventures and we'd move on.
Like Jedi, I have 2 copies of ASM 300, and I have 2 copies of Batman Adventures 12. Both 9.4s in the ASM, 1 newsstand, 1 direct. And the back Batman Adventures, I have a 9.0 direct and a 9.6 newsstand. I'm just gonna say Batman Adventures, the artwork is just amazing. It's Harley, classic Harley, Ivy, my Batgirl. I love Batgirl, everybody knows. So Batman Adventures 12.
All righty. NYX3 versus Batman Beyond. It's more Tim goodness. This is the next to last one. This one 9.8, about $1,100. 9.8, about $1,000. And I just went with the direct, not the newsstand, for the Batman Beyond because there's a ton of variants. So Bruce Timm cover, first Terry McGinnis, or your first X23.
Batman Beyond for me. I really didn't care about Laura Kinney that much, but I will say this: I did just trade someone for a Nix 396, so I will be cracking and pressing that. But my choice is Batman Beyond because of Batman Beyond, iconic animated show, and he's just cooler than Laura Kinney. Just saying. That's just me.
All right, who's up next? Styx?
Don't really want either of these.
Good for you, Styx.
The Knicks doesn't really speak to me as far as like any kind of X title or any kind of. I guess she's the predecessor to what we have now in.
What's up, Matt?
with Laura, right? Laura.
Yep.
Yes.
I have a copy of that raw, so I probably should get it graded. I guess I would go Batman Beyond only because I don't know. I do like when they kind of look at the future of a character. I think when that came out, it was not like a newer thing that they were doing, but as far as Batman goes, I think it was, and it spawned a couple good. Well, the next series anyway spawned some good Beyond characters. There's Superman Beyond. There's
Yep.
Supergirl Beyond, I believe, is in one of the Batwoman Beyond. I think it has a better chance of spawning, kind of like what they did with the 2099 stuff in Marvel. So
All right.
I'll
Dom,
take
what
Batman
about you?
Beyond.
I got you, Batman. Dom, how about you?
I'll take that raw copy you have of Styx.
Dom, you awake?
Yeah.
I'm a big X-Men fan. I would probably lean more towards the Batman. But if we're gonna do an investment type of thing,
Giggles is asleep. That's why Dom's
They-
talking like this.
they canceled the.
No, I saw that too.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm talking like this, but I can't yell. I'm in a hotel. I don't want to hear.
We can hear you, Don. Don't worry about it. We can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, the whole fact is that it sucks. They took away the game that was going to be for Batman Beyond. That looked
Yeah.
amazing. At the same time, the game also the movie. It had the movie coming out, the animated movie, right? That looked like
They just had
they just canceled it. They just canceled it. So
Well, it was never greenlit.
it was
it,
a
was,
good.
it was just a they were just
they were artist
proposing.
proofs. Artist proofs.
Yeah, you know what? I definitely know, and both of them do have upswings. X-23 is the future of Marvel, which eventually she's going to get her day in the sun even more after Logan.
You gotta pick Dom.
But Batman,
Batman. All right.
Don't rush the man.
No, I'm going to start rushing every one of you guys.
We did 20 of these.
Oh my God.
I think I only did 9 books.
9 books total. I don't think. That's
No.
accurate.
No,
9 slides.
No.
Nine
Oh.
matchups.
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna go with NYX, even though I think Batman Beyond has the better cover. Actually, the NYX 3 is a little disturbing. The
Oh,
cover.
very.
Very.
The inside is very
Yeah,
disturbing.
I'm gonna go with that. I'm kind of like Styx. If I don't think I'd want to lay $1,000 down on either one of these, but I will pick NYX because I think X23 has. There's more upside to X23. The only upside to Batman Beyond, I believe, is probably via animated medium.
Yeah.
And I think a live action X23 will be better for the book. So I'll go X23 or NYX.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go with Batman, just partially for nostalgia factor, partly for Bruce Timm. But the fact that the character hasn't really been used in other mediums enough that if something did happen and they decided to do an old Bruce Wayne and introduce a Terry McGinnis in live action, that would do a lot more for this book than I think what would happen with NYX3, because we've already seen Laura live action. Laura's had a bunch of storylines and stuff like that. I think Batman Beyond has the more room to pop unexpectedly. So I'll go with that one. Is that everybody?
Yep.
Yes, Pete, we're still going.
Yeah. Yes, Pete, we're still going.
I'm not happy about it, but we're.
All right, this is the last matchup.
Bruce, you go first on this one.
So
I love
we got 9/8 in both. Swamp Thing, Saga Swamp Thing is worth about $500 more than Ultimate Fallout 4 right now in a 9.8.
Is that a direct of Swamp Thing?
Yes.
I just happen to have a 9.6 newsstand of that. Just saying.
Not bragging, but yeah.
Not bragging. I love Miles. I love Constantine. Is there? I'm gonna have to choose Ultimate Fallout 4 because there's more room for this book to grow once Miles hits live action. Constantine has been in constant media, be it via the animation, the TV show,
Movie.
both
Yeah,
TV
movie.
shows.
Matt, you're right.
The
But it's
animated
getting late
movie
for dinner.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Ultimate Fallout 4.
Hungry.
I'm gonna go with UF4 as well, even though I like Saga Swamp Thing 37 more as a read and as a book. Miles is Miles, and even though there's a shit ton of these out there, it's still a 9.8 at the first appearance of Miles Morales. So I go with Miles.
For me, I'm going to go with UF4 for a lot of the same reasons. Although John Constantine is probably one of the coolest, maybe one of my favorite DC characters. He's not on the cover. He's not on the cover.
No.
So for that reason, and for the reason you guys have already said about upside with Miles, I'm going to go UFO4 or UF4. I always say UFO.
Yeah.
Dom?
Yeah, I'm gonna go straight up for Ultimate for First Miles. Can't wait for him to hit the big screen, live action. Can't wait to see him interact with the rest of the Marvel universe. Actually, Constantine, cool character, but Miles definitely. I'm going for more of a investment for the Miles book. That book has a lot of upswing when he does show up in live action.
Styx? You going to make it a shutout?
So, I used to have the UF4. Probably 3 months before he popped off, I sold it for like $200,
Oh.
and that was good at that was high at that time because it was only going for 100 and a quarter.
Yeah.
And then of course it started flying off the shelves like your mother's pasta, you know.
I can go for some
Swamp-
pasta right now.
When did you eat my mother's pasta?
Yeah.
I had pasta today.
That metaphor belongs in that comic that we read earlier today.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Swamp Thing, Constantine, the very interesting character. Not one that I'm going to try and seek out his first appearance for or try and put it into my any kind of collection. I don't think it's going to move much. In fact, it might drop more if they don't use the character in any way, shape, or form. UF4, we've all said it. It's got an uptick to it. He's still going to come into the movies at some point. Hopefully, it's not Madam Web 2. So yeah, I'd rebuy UF4 at this
For the sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweep it.
All righty. Let's do it, Jedi.
Oh my God. I don't even know if I'm in the mood for this anymore.
Why don't we use this for next week?
Because I've been promising we'd do this. So for those 19 folks total that stuck around, we're going to do this. We're going to do it. All right. We're going to play the qualified game. Qualified game as a reminder.
What?
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 I'm sorry, the match game. What? It's man, I'm hungry and I'm tired. I don't even know what I'm saying.
I have to get up in the morning. I have to time.
Here we go. The qualified match game. We're going to pick a contestant. We're going to who this week is Brucifer. We are going to ask a question, or it's going to be a fill in the blank type of statement. We will all write down what we think Brucifer is going to put on his sheet of paper on how he's going to answer it. We're going to try to match our answers with Brucifer's match with his, and we'll see who wins. Somebody keep track. You want to keep track, so who wins.
Right.
And Brucifer will show his answer first, and then we will show. I think that's how we did it. I'm fucking tired, hungry. Okay, so first one. Brucifer's blank is in immaculate condition. Brucifer's blank is in immaculate condition.
Oh shit.
I don't have my squeaky pen this time. All right.
I like the squeaky pen.
Oh, you like it? Okay, I'll grab it then. I didn't know.
Yeah, thank you.
Here it is. All right, I'll use it next time. All right. Bruce, is everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Who is going to? So Brucifer.
Come up top.
Bruce goes last.
You want to go bottom to top?
What did you say, Brucifer?
I said my comic collection is immaculate condition.
All right. So we'll just. So I initially was going to make this singular, but then I decided to make it plural, and I think I get a point for this. I said his slabs collection.
That's close.
I was going to say his slab is in immaculate condition, but I'm
Yeah,
like,
I think-
dirty.
Yeah, it is dirty.
So
I think you get a point for that, actually.
I get a point.
All right. I have his comic press because he's always pressing books. So I figured that thing was. I figured that thing was in great shape.
It is. I got three of them actually. They all three of them are.
Dom, what did you say Brucifer has that is an immaculate
Comic collection.
comic?
Oh, look at
Ding,
this.
ding, 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 ding.
All right. And I said his Mylar bags were in immaculate condition.
No, can't give that to
I
you.
do have a lot. I do have a lot of those.
And they are immaculate. But no,
Yeah.
no, that's not what he said. All right. So it's Jedi, or me and Dom got a point for that.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Next
Mind your business.
question. Brucifer collects DC because he loves the way Batman and Superman blank each other. Brucifer loves DC because he loves the way Batman and Superman blank each other.
There's the good squeak.
I'm making it extra squeaky. Brucifer collects DC because he loves the way Batman
I didn't even
and
write anything
Superman blank each other.
I'm drawing a blank. All right, go ahead.
I haven't finished.
All right, let me.
I don't get anything.
Everybody done?
No, I can't figure it out.
Like, what?
Yeah, I think we're supposed to show ours first, and then you do the big reveal, Bruce.
Oh, well, we'll do it this way.
All right.
All right, Brucifer, what did you say? Why do you like DC? Because Batman, the way Batman and Superman blank each other,
Swings each other.
swings each other. Don't know about that. Well, no point for me this time. I said because he likes the way Batman and Superman annoy each other. I don't even know if I spelled annoy right. Annoy each other. Peg each other.
Oh my god.
Is that kind of what did you say again, Bruce? For swings?
Swings each other.
I don't know. That could be the same answer. I'm not sure. But
What?
I don't know.
Hey, does that count? Does that count with this one? Plays nice with each other.
Plays nice with each other. You
You
know what? I'm going to give Joe and Dom a point for that, just because.
Oh, good.
Styx, what do you got?
I say oh, good because I put.
You know, it's a little weird that you and Joe would both say the exact same thing.
Ding, 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 ding. 1 point.
Here we do not kink
I think
shame.
that's more disturbing that you and Joe said the same thing.
I think it's very disturbing.
All right.
All right, next question. When Brucifer is not at his LCS, a two-part here. When Brucifer is not at his LCS, he can be found on blank looking at Dom's blank. When Brucifer is not at his LCS, he can be found on blank looking at Dom's blank.
God damn you. Oh, squeaky marker. I love it.
I love the squeaky marker.
All right, let me know when everybody is ready.
I'm done. I'm done. This
Oh,
was a quicker one for me.
That was
all right,
easy.
Brucifer. What do you do to pass when you're not at your LCS? What can you be found be doing? Yeah, just answer the question.
I can be found on Instagram looking at Dom's guns.
Damn it!
Ooh.
All right, so I'm gonna make a ruling here. That I guess you could get half a point for this because I said he's on Instagram looking at Dom's videos.
I don't watch his videos. I skip his videos.
Why? There's some good ones there.
It's like 35 freaking videos a day.
At least throw up a like for Dom.
I also said IG looking at Dom's massive reels.
I actually said Instagram looking at my collection.
What the collection?
What?
My collection of greatest guns.
Well, Terry would have been right because I was going to write Instagram looking at Dom's hog.
Styx, what did you say as we rush through this segment?
So I put he was on Pinterest looking at his helmets.
Ah.
He was on Instagram looking at my package. That's what he was doing.
Ah.
Think about that.
Hey. I admire his admirer, Dom.
I should have said his eggplant parmesan.
Okay, we all get a half point for that except for Styx.
Except for Styx, yeah. All right. Oops.
Damn you all.
All right, next one. Actually, hang on. There we go. Brucifer was so nervous before his 1,000 or his 1K show on Monday that he accidentally blanked. He was so nervous before his 1,000 show on Monday that he accidentally blanked. There's no way I'm getting a point for this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I might not get one either.
All right, Brucifer. What were you so nervous before your show on Monday that you accidentally did?
I accidentally left Dom in charge. He started a Kathleen Kennedy freaking conversation.
Oh.
Left Dom in charge.
Hey, I did a good job.
I enjoyed it.
I did not match you, but oddly enough, I matched Terry Floyd exactly. I said gave Dom a compliment, complimented Dom.
I never get Dom compliments.
I said sharded.
Ah,
Oh,
I go before the stream. I'm not stupid. 3 hours sitting at a desk. You go before the stream.
You might have just thought it was a fart.
Ah,
Dom, what do you got?
Well, it's kind of funny. I actually forgot that I had one thing I had written before, and I said, you know what? I did forget I did that. I actually said I forgot. He almost forgot his show to show up for his own show. But then I said, no, he forgot that he left me in charge for a minute. Left in charge.
Look at that.
yay.
No, but I was like, I said, he almost forgot to show up to his own show. Wait a minute, he left me in charge.
Yeah.
Let's go.
oh, I put,
Dom
I
is
put
gonna
up
win.
the
Your
wrong
arch nemesis
stream.
is going to win this thing.
I didn't know me so well. God damn it.
All right,
Hey,
last
you want-
question.
Oh, wait, Styx.
Oh,
you want
sorry,
to-
Stick. My bad. Go ahead. What do you got?
I didn't mention, but I put that he bought a Marvel comic book.
I almost said something about Marvel. I
What
almost
a
said
Marvel
something.
comic.
Oops, wrong clicker button. All right, last question. When Brucifer is at cons, people often mistake him for blank. When Brucifer is at cons, people often mistake him for blank.
God damn it.
Oh, where's my pen? I almost lost it.
Can you smell? Oh, wrong show.
All right, I'm not going to get this one either, but all right. Is everybody done?
No.
Yep.
No. I want to. I need to write it so it's. Um,
I may get in trouble for my answer.
Mel Gibson.
right.
Oh,
all right.
Dade
I'm all
is,
set.
Dade is in the chat. Hey, Dade.
Kyle 2.0.
All right, I got to see. Where am I at here?
All right.
Bruce,
Bruce. What'd you say, Bruce?
when you're at a con, what do most people often mistake you for?
A nerd's bodyguard. You don't belong here. You're not a nerd.
All right, I'm not going to get any points for this.
Yeah,
I
here we
said
go.
Craven. I said Craven the Bear Hunter.
Well, Jedi, you are the reason I'm on the show.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Blood red. All right. What did you
I
say?
said Randy Watson, sexual chocolate from Coming to America.
Oh, God. I have been called sexual chocolate or chocolate thunder. Thank you.
Don, what did you say?
I actually said security.
Oh, that's,
Wait, what did you say again? I've already forgot about what you. I've already
I
forgot.
said,
a bodyguard.
a nerd's bodyguard.
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough.
Damn all right.
Dick, I don't think you have a
Um,
shot. I think Dom's already won this.
Yeah, no, Don pretty much get this. But I said sometimes they mistake it for Marco's understudy.
There you go.
Marco's bodyguard. That would have been great.
I'm actually nice in person. Don't.
Yeah, Dom swept this with 4.5 points.
He's got 4.5 points. No one else is even close.
Gee.
Runaway victory. We all got boat shed.
Yep.
So we did it, boys.
God Almighty! I hope that's the end of the show.
That is definitely the end of the show. Please remember
Can I show one thing before we end?
Sure. Why not?
Why not?
You're at the top of the screen.
I keep forgetting to show this off. I picked this up at a local comic shop. It's like a metal picture of Thor.
Like tin sign.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Nice.
still in plastic.
Why did you buy that? It's Marvel and it's
It's like a few bucks.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, everybody.
Dom is in DC at a con.
Close
Or
though.
Kyle.
Close.
Whoever you are. Nobody
cares about your pick up, Bruce.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out as long as you did. We appreciate it. Remember to sub up to Renovision, Kingdom of Nerds. Watch the boys on SNS tomorrow night. Always a good time. Never know, you might see a breastfeeding woman. You never know. It's a fun show.
You might see Lopez breastfeeding. Lopez could be breastfeeding
from a mayonnaise jar, maybe.
Watch the Darksiders on Sunday for all the Star Wars stuff. Watch me and Bruce on Sunday for the Under the Covers comic show. Monday, Bruce, what you got going on Monday?
Oh, Monday Madness, we're going to be spotlighting Ridley Scott. Since I didn't do it last time, we ran out of time.
There we go. Which I'm sure people were complaining about tonight that we didn't run out of time faster. But Wednesday, watch the boys on TAC. Friday, watch the CBSI Hot 10. Come back to us. Thank you all for stopping by. We always appreciate you all hanging out.
And if you're in Washington, if you're in Washington at AwesomeCon, come by and say what's up. I'm there.
If you're one of Dom's fans in Washington, say hello.
If you recognize the security guard at the con, go say hi.
Watch Dom go beat up some nerds. It'll be a great time. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Take care.